Yeah. Yeah, this is Peter Lorre speaking.
I couldn't resist the temptation to call you. I just read of your new picture that you're to make.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thanks for your interest.
Oh, I thought you were magnificent in M. And just the other night I saw your new picture, The Man Who Knew Too Much. What character are you going to play in?
Oh, it's the most unusual story. You know, it's a great love drama. I am to be a half-mad scientist.
I, a poor peasant, have conquered science. Why can't I conquer love? He shall be shut up when it's I who am mad. But nobody knows that. Yes, each man kills the thing he loves.
You, Margie. I'll tell the world I love you, don't forget your promise to me. I have bought a home and ring and everything for Margie. You've been my inspiration, days are never blue. After all is said and done, there is really only one. Oh, Margie, Margie, it's you.
Is there a panettone in the house?
Yes, sir.
Play that crazy thing again. I gotta do that lazy swing again. Hi-ho, I'm doing the new low down.
The hands whose music thrilled the world. Are they now the hands that love to kill? Are they hands that control the man who owns them? Are they Orlac's hands, or are they those of another human being grafted on? The hands of a killer.
Just look at these hands. They're not mine. They belong to someone else. They have their own thoughts, their own will. I can't control them.
Darling, I'm not frightened of you.
You may ask, is it possible for such things to happen? We can only answer, fact is stranger than fiction. Here is a motion picture filled with startling mystery. The story of a haunting question that drives a man to the brink of insanity. Starring Mel Ferrer as Orlac, victim of a terrible accident.
You think I killed that cat, don't you? Go on, say it!
Monsieur, please.
What are you afraid of? You think I'm going to kill you?
Co-starring Christopher Lee as Nero the Magician, who discovers the secrets of Orlac's hands and hounds him to the edge of madness.
Did you know that your charming little wife and her wise old guardian were planning to have you certified? They want to put you away.
Danny Carell as Lai Lang, who uses her charms to trap Orlac and her beauty to betray him.
Tell me something.
Yes?
What is it you're afraid of?
Lucio Saint-Simon as the wife of Orlac, who loves the man, but fears the hands that would embrace her.
Forgive me, Louise. You're not safe with me.
Uncle Francis, I've been trying to get you. Uncle Francis, he must be stopped. He's out of his mind.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening, everyone.
How we doing tonight, Evan?
I'm doing pretty good. How's everybody feeling tonight? It's Friday.
You made it. Friday is here. It's time to unwind. It's time to relax. And, I know it's kind of like that. It's starting to get to be that very busy time at the end of the year. It starts to snowball.
I've been trying to jumpstart my holiday spirit this week.
You're ready to start.
December is flying by. I feel like
true.
the big day is gonna be here, and I haven't even. I'm not even. My holiday spirit is just a little flicker.
Yeah, I feel that. I haven't even. I'm still holding it at bay. I'm still not ready. But you're taking the plunge, Evan.
I'm trying to. I like getting the Christmas spirit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do too.
I get one day a year where I just feel nice and warm.
That's true. Christmas is the day for it. So I mean, I hope everybody is, whether you're embracing it or you're holding it off. I hope that everybody's doing good this time of year, and I know some people are maybe out shopping a lot or prepping for a trip or a travel or for
just been listening to the music.
Right? Yeah.
Playing the music. All the hits.
Yeah, I was thinking today, I was starting to be like, all right, when am I going to do it? When am I going to just start listening to my Christmas playlist? 'Cause I'll have to share that with everybody. Because it's going to be time for the holiday spirit soon. But we're happy that you can be here to unwind from the busy season that is mid-December and be here with us tonight. See, all of our good friends are in the chat. Kathy, Alana, Sears, Scott, Tom O. I believe I saw Thomas. Yep, Thomas is in here, was in here. Hope everybody is doing well on this Friday night. And again, glad you could be here to relax with us and chill out with some public domain horror like we always do.
Yeah. We'll get nice and cozy.
Big time.
See, it's maybe it's snowing where you are. It snowed here a little.
We did actually get some flakes or some
flakes.
Ice today, bits. Snow bits.
I saw a little hail. It was like
hail. Yeah, it kind of was.
Snowing little white pebbles.
Yeah, they were definitely more like pebbles for sure. So that's about as much as we can get here at any given time. So it was nice to see, So
ooh, see that is exactly what I'm trying to channel, Ilana. The crackling fire, the Yule log. I've been drinking eggnog at every opportunity, which I think is that's for me, that's a big one, a good way to get into
it's
the holiday
huge
spirit.
And if you wait too late, the stores are going to be sold out. That's the
exactly
thing,
they by the time Christmas rolls around, if you're not stocked up, you're out of luck.
Yeah, last year we were on it. The year before that, I waited until Christmas Eve, and I think I got lucky. I got one, but it wasn't.
Maybe it's the side effect of the Christmas creep.
Yeah,
they put it out early, and it's all gone by Christmas.
Yeah, people don't want to miss out. What can you say?
Eggnog shortage, 2025.
I hope not. I'm gonna get my eggnog.
Mulled wine.
Ooh,
I had some bomb mulled wine this week,
and that's
which I almost don't want to say too much about it because
don't say too much about it. But
that mulled wine might be making an appearance later this month.
There we go. I don't think I've ever had mulled wine before, so. I mean, this is the time of year, I probably need to, in 3 days, it'll be 10 days until Christmas. So that's 13 days. 13. So we're, I'm glad the camera was on that we could see that in real time. Yeah, I don't have that thing anchored in there. I gotta do something because it literally falls every week, and then I said
it's snowing and there's an earthquake. Oh my god.
Yeah. So it's it's a crazy time of year.
Yeah.
What can we say? There it is. Maybe that was a ghost. Maybe that was Caligari Curse.
Yeah.
Maybe
Sears, I should. I've never actually tried to make eggnog. I should just make my own.
Yeah, I heard or read a recipe for it the other day, and I was like, okay, like that sounds doable. I don't know.
I mean, I can make mulled wine. I feel like if we can make mulled wine, we should be able to make eggnog.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, again,
and then you have as much eggnog as you want.
Good old eggnog. It's that time of year. I guess I need to get into the spirit. You all have inspired me. It's time to start embracing the holiday cheer.
Chestnuts.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever roasted chestnuts?
No, I've never roasted chestnuts.
I'm sure some of you out there have. I have also never roasted chestnuts. So. Don't know what all the hype is about. I don't know why they play that song every like.
And I've never had figgy pudding neither.
Yeah. What's that about? Yeah, with that's the thing. At some point, I'm gonna have to devote a Christmas season to just making all the bizarre like things that are mentioned in classic Christmas carols and see if any of it's actually any good. Although I've played around with like some of the like with holiday beverages in the past, and some went well, some did not. But it makes it more festive. At least you try, you give it a shot. So, 'tis the season. It's happening. I am literally being transformed by the Christmas.
He's
spirit.
being possessed.
Well, yeah, we already the Christmas spirit was already so angry it knocked over the set piece that was behind Evan. So
that was the Christmas
I have angered the Christmas spirit, and so now I've changed my ways. I didn't need to get visited by any more ghosts. I ain't no Scrooge.
Yeah, what happened last night, Garrett? What lesson did you learn?
Hey, you know what? If we come Christmas time, we'll have plenty of Christmas Carol stories for you. I'm putting together a little something special for Christmas Eve, and let's just say there's some Scrooge involved amongst many other festive holiday things. So. I'll just say it's a mixtape. It's another mixtape. it's a holiday, like I've done for Halloween. It's a Christmas mixtape with old holiday short films and cartoons and ads and movie clips and all that fun stuff. And I've had a lot of fun. So I have been like doing something kind of, but like, I'm like resisting the music, resisting my Christmas horror movie list, which I like to get through, and I better start plugging away at that. So.
Yeah, I mean, you got the tree up at least. Sometimes, like at the end of the night, if nothing else, just sitting in the living room or sitting in bed or wherever your tree is, and just kind of just looking at it. Because I feel like the older I get, the more often, like I'll get home from work and I really just need a minute to just sit down and kind of just look at the wall.
Yeah.
And so if there's a nice tree with lights on it in front of that wall, even better.
You just mesmerized by that. Yeah, it's that literally being possessed by the holiday spirit. Gotta love it. Speaking of being possessed, we've been I don't know if the story that we've been playing with recently you can call possession, but what we
kind of is.
It kind of is. So
there was a spirit involved last week.
I think so. So what we did, we in the past we've done these kind of back-to-back weeks of two different movies that kind of are based on the same story or an adaptation of the same source material. And so last week we watched The Hands of Orlac from 1924, which is based on a French novel written in the I think late 1800s. And
seems like there's a lot of adaptations of that.
Well,
have we just seen all of them?
We'll actually talk about that. I think that's an interesting point to discuss because what we watched last week, it was an Austrian film from 1924. It was the first adaptation of the story. The two trailers we saw in our pre-roll were the second and third. Tonight could be called the fourth, but tonight's film, which is Hands of a Stranger from 1962, it has like the exact same kind of story elements, just updated, but it's unauthorized.
Hands of a Stranger is my favorite romance novel.
It does kind of sound like title could go in many different directions, right? I mean, Hands of Stranger, it's, Hands of when I was like typing it, writing it, I kept wanting to put Hands of a Strangler, and that even would have been a little better, punchier.
I mean, yeah.
You would have known what that was about. But no, this is interesting because it's a lot of the same plot elements, but it's a B movie, and it updates the story for contemporary America at that time. And it doesn't in any way credit the source material or the author of the original story in any way. So that's why it's an unauthorized,
Does it follow the...
Well, it'll be up for us to decide tonight, do we think it qualifies as plagiarism or not? Okay. I think that's the thing for us as a group to decide tonight. Does this movie play? Because I think what we saw last week, Fairly Faithful, Mad Love, which was the Peter Lorre adaptation, that definitely takes some liberties, I think, with the source material. I haven't seen the version with Christopher Lee. But yeah, I mean, it's weird because this is like you could call it the fourth adaptation, and you'll read a lot like, oh yeah, this story's been adapted many times. Like you tell people that like this kind of plot, and they're like, oh yeah, I feel like I've heard of that.
Right. Yeah.
But it's this is 4 of 4. There haven't been any other like close adaptations. There's been offshoots and kind of similar type things, which we will talk about later in the show.
Okay.
But
there is at least a perception that this is something that has been adapted a bunch of times.
Yes. Yeah. And like in a lot of the stuff I read today, it would say like often adapted. And it's like,
even that's what I thought.
Right.
I thought
there's just this perception that it's been told many times, and I think there is this kind of ubiquity of people kind of, oh yeah, I kind of know that plot, or I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah.
But
it is just this story.
It's just the story, and then you have all these other things that I think probably drew inspiration, and over time there's just been this kind of, I don't know, just kind of general acceptance of that as a kind of a type of a horror story. I don't know. Maybe there's some short horror fiction, some literature stuff, other things outside just the original Hands of Orlac. But we'll talk about it tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, as always, speaking of a lot of fun, as always, Evan pairs a delicious cocktail with the evening's film in a little segment which he calls
What Were You Drinking?
And what are we going to be drinking tonight, Evan?
So, if you've been following along, you'll know that this season we've been revisiting some old recipes, ones that have both gone not so well and ones that have gone pretty well and we just want to try again. But there's also something to consider, which is the recipes that just never were. The ones that I've mentioned or I've done something with, but we haven't exactly done them. So it was a couple years ago at this point that we watched Manos, The Hands of Fate. And when we watched that film, the cocktail for that week, and it happens to also be the first cocktail of the first summer of Schlock, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because it was the first time we had done Schlocktail Hour, so it was technically the first Schlocktail.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though at that point I didn't even know that was going to be something we were doing in the summer. But what it was a we did a take on a variation of the Boulevardier, which is it's bourbon and Campari. And this was around the time that I was trying very desperately to like Campari, and I'm still not
sold on it.
It never quite took for me. It's awfully bitter. And that's coming from somebody who likes bitter things. But whenever I made my version of that drink, what I wanted to call it, I realized that I wasn't going to be able to call it that because it was already taken, and I tried to come up with original names for my original recipes. What I wanted to call it, and what piqued my interest, still had not tried it, it's been kicking around in the back of my head, I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned it that night, is the cocktail called the Hand Job.
Hey now.
The Hand Job.
Whoa.
Which is made with vodka, tequila, banana liqueur, and Irish cream, all in equal parts. Banana cream, we've done a few of those before, and they always turn out pretty well. This is an awfully boozy drink. So
okay.
If you're gonna try this one, maybe keep in mind ice to taste. Shake it with some ice.
Heck, you can never go wrong with ice to taste, as we know. All right. Yeah, no, I'm very excited for this. It's definitely, an interesting mix of flavors, I think. Tequila and anything. I mean, it's just kind of.
Yeah, I do like, I think as we've been doing this show and this, segment, I've grown to like tequila a lot more. Tequila's pretty good.
Yeah. Good old tequila. Yeah, it just, I think the cocktails where you used it, it's been it's a solid addition. It's never too strong, or it's not I don't know. You've never gone wrong with it. It's always been pretty solid. I'm excited to see this.
Alright, so we're giving this a try in just a moment here. We've got our nice official Scream Stream glasses.
Courtesy of Alana. Thank you, Alana. We love our glasses. Hit them with the Scream Stream brand. And we are, again, it's between the two movies that we've had this Friday, last Friday, and then our mini-sodes being the clutching hand. We've the hand that's,
Got a hand filled.
We really have.
Couple of weeks here.
So this is gonna kind of cap part of it. So,
all right.
We will toast.
So here's to the hand job, everybody.
To the hand job.
To the humble hand job. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's
interesting.
It goes down an awful lot smoother than I was expecting.
Yeah,
it's boozy.
It's got a little burn to it, and it's definitely it's an interesting one. I'm definitely gonna kind of like go slow at it.
Yeah,
you know, little sips, because like he said, it is definitely boozy for sure.
I will say,
I can't
in
place
preparation,
it, dude. There's something
in preparation for this drink. I did, in order to have mercy on Garrett, I did go and pick up some. So all I had in my liquor cabinet was 99 bananas, and I went to the liquor store and got some banana liqueur that's not 99 proof.
Thank God. I appreciate the courtesy of it. It means a
because I
lot.
knew this one was gonna be boozy enough.
Yeah, it's boozy. It's definitely boozy. It'll be good though to chill on throughout the movie. Again, I think it'll.
I really don't think it's that bad.
It's not bad. It's just something interesting about it that I can't place. It's something with the taste. It's not bad, but there's just something interesting that I wanted to describe, but I can't put my finger on what it is. So. I will continue to drink it and see if I can come up with something upon conclusion.
Kathy's got a good idea. The chocolate Baileys. I think that would go great.
Ooh, okay.
Chocolate and banana.
Baileys. Ooh, yeah, that would be good. I like the sound of that. Heck yeah, Kathy. But no, this is good. This is very solid. And Alana, don't worry. There's plenty of ice in there. So I think as it goes along, I think that'll also kind of help. So no, this is good, and I think it's going to pair well with this movie, which is, it's not a movie I've ever seen before. It's new to me, so I'm excited for that. But we have seen a film from this director on the show before.
Okay.
So this film is actually written, produced, and directed by Newt Arnold, who was the director of Bloodthirst.
Okay.
Which we saw during the Summer of Schlock. It was shot in the Philippines, and it was kind of like more of a noir type of kind of like crime thriller, but there was like a monster with the gloopy face and some kind of pretty woman who was drinking people's blood.
Yeah,
it was strange. It was a weird film. And of course, those are two of the only three films that Newt Arnold directed in his career. And the third one we've seen as well, Evan, that was, do you remember? Do you want to give me a hint?
Yeah, give me a hint.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Kumite.
Oh.
Do you remember? Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Yeah, I knew it was blood something.
Well, because, Bloodthirst, Bloodsport.
Right.
Director of Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Which we watched right after we watched Bloodthirst. And was like, do you want to watch Bloodsport? And I was like, yeah, if it's streaming, sure. And it was streaming. And so
we watched it.
It was
a good movie.
We had fun with it. And then literally, I think it was on TV the next day. And so I watched it again.
Nice.
And I was like, it's crazy this guy did that movie. And then he did this movie. So we're going to, by the end of tonight, Evan and I will have seen all three Newt Arnold directed movies.
Yeah, gosh.
So we'll have completed this man's filmography.
Yeah.
It's so weird, right?
Like we're filling up our Monopoly spaces here.
That's the fun, weird thing about this show. But this movie's got some interesting cast members. One very interesting crew member, which we'll be talking about later, and of course, the story itself is again, we set it up earlier, so we'll kind of dig into that more of what has this inspired, and to what extent is tonight's film like plagiarizing that story, and it'll be interesting. Anything before we get into it, Evan?
Knowing what I know now, you know what I wish they would have put in Bloodsport? What if Jean-Claude Van Damme had to fight a guy who like had the hands of a karate master like grafted onto his arms?
Ooh, okay. That would have been the ultimate match.
Yeah.
That would have been all right.
Or what if the bad guy steals his hands and puts them on a different guy?
Ooh, and then gives him really shitty hands.
Yeah,
that are like,
he gives him
like really soft hands.
Gives him the old beater hands.
Yeah, just all broken up and. Oh my gosh! Come on, Newt. What were you thinking? You weren't thinking. Oh man. Well, on that note, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of Hands of a Stranger right now. Okay. Hold. Ring. Pretty digging the atmosphere so far.
Yeah. Very noir. It's nighttime, everything's kind of wet.
I like the music too, very suspenseful. Moida. Hands. Wow. Very, very simple title font. I would have thought they'd go more over the top. So we'll talk about some of those actors tonight. They've got interesting credits. Uh-oh.
Injected his hands with ghost serum.
So note makeup Charles Gamora. We'll be talking about him later. Interesting figure in Hollywood.
Hands. Liking the commitment to the hand imagery.
Right.
Like, yeah, this is a hand movie.
They know what they're doing. How's your mother? So Michael DuPont is actually in the movie playing one of these doctors, I do believe.
Keep massaging.
Do you think Newton Arnold just has some kind of hand fetish?
Big time.
More adrenaline. Cardiac needle.
Dang, graphic surgery.
Go ahead, Gil, if you need the practice.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
I can't do it. Tag out.
It can't always work, Gil. There's got to be death for everyone sometime. Why?
Why?
The surgeon who defeated death.
I've been watching you for over 3 hours. That's a long time to take when you die.
It took 9 months on the other end.
As one dedicated man to another, there are a few questions I want to ask you. That's right, local office of bullets and bodies. What can you tell me?
Only that a few ounces of lead just destroyed 3,000 years of medical research.
Please, Doctor, I saw your little outburst of perfectionism in there, and I'm sure you have several million words on the ideals and objectives of medical science, but all I'd like to know is what happened so I can start an accurate report.
The body will be in the morgue tomorrow. Why bother me?
I find it valuable to get as many details as possible before minds have become colored by the calmness and disinterest born of time. It's the kind of attitude that's raised me to lieutenant, made my wife and children very proud of me.
There's nothing I can contribute to your next promotion.
Oh, come now, Doctor. As assistant chief of surgery in a hospital of this size, a man of your age, you must have more than average ability and powers of observation. There were 3 .38 caliber bullets, weren't there?
Yes.
What was the specific cause of death?
3 bullets.
Yes, I see. I shouldn't have put it that way in your present state of mind.
Acute hemorrhage complicated by lung and spinal damage. The bullet shattered ribs, entering from the back, penetrating the lung, and exiting just to the right of the sternum, all right?
Indicating a tight little pattern of rapid fire at a slight upward angle. Our murderer could have been a short man standing or any kind of man sitting. Would it be your habit to sit on the curb at 8 or 8:30 on a night this cold?
Hardly.
The fresh tire marks we found do associate then.
Why does it seem like you're interrogating him?
Anything else?
No.
All right, you're under arrest.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yes?
Maybe it's just hard to turn that off once you learn how to
Considering the
interrogate
extent
people.
of damage. But while we were getting ready for surgery, Ken told me they almost had to pry his hands from the lamppost. While I was operating, I noticed them too. Powerful hands, yet sensitive at the same time.
Scott.
They never relaxed, even while he was still alive and unconscious.
Well, that's the type of thing I might never have realized. Could tell us a great deal about him. Hands. Amazing
Hands.
things. when you think about it.
Heads.
A genius device of flesh and bone that can paint a beautiful picture, control a scalpel.
What is with
Press
this
the trigger.
whimsical
And
detective? I
perhaps
don't like
delicately
it.
lined
I don't like
touches
him
on the tips of
pontificating.
Those hands themselves may tell me all I want to know.
Hands.
Hands. Hands.
Oh no. Now we're just seeing hands.
Can't get away from them. They're everywhere.
Hands.
You gotta wait for him to clap, Evan.
Right.
Gloves.
Gloves.
like that.
Whoa. Look at those hands go.
You know how much training it takes to get hands like these?
My hands are insured for $1 million.
Ugly hands.
Look at all these plebeian hands. And these hands.
Hands.
Give him a hand. I'm sure he's going to need a couple very soon.
Yeah, it's very true, Alana. My goodness.
You were wonderful.
Little sister approves?
Congratulations.
I wasn't sure. And during that last encore, 15 years of work, practice, and hope came into complete focus. I know that tonight's the beginning. There's nothing can't be done now.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call you an amateur during these last 6 years. But any minute now, the thundering herd is coming through that door to lift you on their shoulders. I still have to get some details straight with you about the New York concert and recordings before I make that 12:30 play.
Just a few minutes, George, to let my ego feed off the crowd. Dean, I want you to go ahead to the party with the others. I'll join you as soon as George and I are through.
You kissed your sister with that mouth? My goodness.
Lucky piano. Lucky me. I'm jealous of you both, you know. I want to be so much to this magnificent man.
Wouldn't that be a little like playing the same composition over and over? Beautiful, perhaps, but monotonous?
You're not only brilliant, you're obscene. I'll forgive you only if you promise to keep me very close to you all of this exciting night.
I want you to go ahead to the party with Dean and the others. George and I have business first.
Yeah, Thomas, he also, Richard LaSalle also did the music for Twice Told Tales and Piranha. And a bunch of, like Philippines.
When does your life begin?
Made films like
trade
Dr.
in my
Death
brother and his
and The
piano
Thirsty
and
Dead.
babies and things?
So
Something like that.
When he
it's pretty
doesn't
nice
need me
score
anymore,
so
I
far.
guess.
I think it's time.
It's fitting.
He's old enough, successful enough. He certainly always seems to have plenty of women around him.
Implying a scandalous relationship between me and my brother?
Well,
George?
I didn't say that.
Hey, you said it,
that.
Remember the time you kidded him about them? Said they were a great publicity gimmick and you wished you'd thought of them first. I think that's the only time I ever saw him angry at you.
Yeah, not Robert
He needs
Goulet.
those gloves.
Definitely not
They
Robert
protect his
Goulet.
hands from the cold, and they help keep his fingers completely flexible when he plays. It may be psychological, but it's a part of his greatness with music. Everything's a part of it. You're his gray gloves of the business world,
and you're his gray gloves against loneliness.
for the time being.
What does that mean?
A great
What
many
does
women love the dramatic concept of Vernon Paris at a Saturday night concert and the parties that go after. It's amazing how few of them are willing to wait and fight through the hours of practice and insecurity that make each Saturday night possible.
Dina, I don't think he's that dedicated.
Oh, but he is. You should know. He's the most selfish man in the world when it comes to his concept of the creation of beauty. He pours everything into it. It's the source of his greatness and of his loneliness.
Hey, you're the guy on the billboard, aren't you?
So when are we gonna get a sex scene?
The poster outside the theater.
We know.
The guy with the
Him,
piano.
he and his sister
That's
are
right.
definitely
Boy, my kid sure loves music.
not innocent.
Yeah, he practices all the time. He'd really like to meet you.
Well, bring him around next time I'm here. I'll have some passes for him.
You're okay, Mr. Paris. Maybe sometime you could even hear him play.
Maybe.
How old is he? 10. Don't think he's a sissy. He's the best shortstop on the school team.
I play the piano, and I don't think I'm a sissy.
Oh, no offense.
Yes, I know.
To you.
10-year-old boys just don't usually.
It's something his mother always wanted. She died 4 years ago. And I found this teacher who'd come give lessons at night. It's a good time for it, too. Night. That's when you can start thinking about a lot of things. Yeah, a lot of things. This piano
Why are we
gonna
gonna
make it easier.
Welcome to Maudlin City.
Even the bad notes. Music and people go together.
Maudlin cab driver.
Like kids and dogs.
And be sure you teach him the creation of beauty is something you can never lose. Once achieved, it's with you all your life.
I think he knows it already. I only hope it makes him amount to something more than his old man. He's got the fight, too.
This dialogue is
Tell him most people waste
something.
time
It
with
really
meaningless
is. It's
The only real enemy the world
You can
has
tell
is
this is
his
one
beauty.
guy writing
That's the only
it,
thing
and
he'll ever have to
it's...
I never thought about it like that. Yeah. Hey, I want you to see a picture of my kid. I've got it right here. Look out!
Oh no! And it's so much more tragic.
I want you to see a picture of my kid.
I don't see any other way. Get him ready.
We can rebuild.
You're not supposed to be in here. Regulations.
Hey, you made that joke last week.
I'm going to amputate what's left of his hands.
You're mad. This man is burning Paris. You can't cut off his hands.
He no longer has anything left that resembles hands.
You're wrong. You've got to be wrong. I was at the accident.
They're
I
all
saw them.
mangled.
They were cut, bleeding, bent, yes, but my God, they were still hands.
You're overlooking a basic fact. His gloves were on. Cut, torn, blood-stained, but still with a semblance of shape.
Took those gloves off and his hands just fell
Gloves.
apart like soup.
This man had the softest hands in the
You
world.
know, to do this to a man like that,
They were as
it'd be
delicate
better
as
just to
gossamer.
drive your scalpel through his heart. Simpler for you, the same result for him. Without his hands, burning Paris would be dead. Tell me, Doctor, what would your reaction be if suddenly you were to find yourself without either one of these? Yes. Now, let's pretend they are your hands. What would you do?
Well,
Yes.
there's only one possibility. The odds against success are almost total.
Almost, as opposed to something that's already definite.
I wonder if we're thinking the same thing.
Couldn't be anything else under the circumstances, could it?
You've got to get permission first.
Are
No
you
comment.
thinking what I'm thinking?
Perhaps it was
Hands.
lucky for all of us that you were just behind him in the crash. We're going to try something radical. I don't know if you're going to like it.
It
We're
doesn't
gonna
matter
try
as long as you
something
save his hands.
radical.
Nothing
I
else.
don't know if you're gonna like it.
He'll have hands.
Mechanical hands are of no use to this man. Don't you understand that?
Perfectly. I said hands. Some years ago, people would have called you crazy if you told them that you could take part of one human eye and place it in another. Yet today, a corneal transplant is a standard operation. It gives renewed sight.
Yes, I know, but hands are different.
A different part of the same human body. Surgical scientists in every country all over the world are dedicated to the future truth that human life one day might be extended indefinitely.
Corpse in the house.
Replacement of
Welcome, welcome.
defective or worn-out parts. Right now, such a principle is the only one that will save the musical talent of your friend.
But muscles, nerves, how do you know them?
I've already told you we don't know. Now, do we go ahead or not?
This is kind of funny, like watching this now when this is
No, I
just
want you
actually
here.
possible. It's not like
I'm asking you to
not
stick your neck
the
out. Maybe.
territory of like
I've
speculative
pulled
fiction.
you in on a lot of operations.
Yeah,
Made you
I mean
watch and
that's
study.
true.
Deliberately made you accept
Back
the
in this
crash program
time,
training
I
because
mean,
you have
it
the mind and
seems
heart of a great surgeon.
implausible
ready
and
soon.
absurd, but
You'll have even more
Yes.
time to save lives.
It's like
and make
saying
others
like
better.
Imagine I'm landing a man on the moon.
Yeah, I mean that's what science fiction's all about, right? Eventually, one day, you get there.
Catch up.
Both Russ and me. In your lifetime, this type of an impossible in surgery may become a reality.
Abtron's in the house. Welcome, welcome.
Later, you'll be making the contributions. Stand opposite me at the table.
Gil.
Yeah?
I don't think you're asking me to stick my neck out.
No?
No. I think you fully expect this to work.
I appreciate your confidence in me.
Keep them as close to the surface as possible. I want maximum response in the muscles and nerves. And now...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's play God.
Nice. Ah.
His hands are just bashed to bits.
I mean, this is, you gotta love a B movie. Like, this is unabashedly a B movie.
Definitely.
And so it's, you know, you can have fun with
Why?
this version of the
My
story.
God, why? What right have they got to do a thing like that? Not to Vernon, not his hand.
Dina, you've got to understand it.
I understand you're trying to make me believe a nightmare.
Scott.
Didn't we talk about that last week too?
We did. We had a whole thing about dog hands last week.
I can only tell
Good
you that
callback,
surgically
Scott.
everything went as planned.
Surgically, everything went as planned.
Dina Paris, Dr. Harding.
I'm sorry we have to meet under these circumstances.
I'm sorry we have to meet at all.
I know how you must feel about his loss.
You pretend to understand what a pair of hands means to a man like my brother.
I think a surgeon is aware of the importance of the human hand in all its aspects.
Doctor, you don't know what my
Perhaps
brother's
there's one
hands
you've
could do.
You think you
Put him back! Put him back!
Give me those
I
hands!
thought you knew about. You're not a doctor. You're a monster.
There it is.
Crazy monster.
Oh,
I must be
yeesh, yikes.
I know I'll wake up. I've got to.
I've transplanted other hands, yes. Done in order to save his talent, not destroy it. What I cut from the ends of his arms no longer resembled hands.
It's a lie. It's got to be a lie. You needed some kind of a guinea pig for your insane experiments.
Miss Paris, what we did in that operating room just now could end all our careers. If you want vengeance, you can have it very easily because we didn't get your approval. But if you choose that vengeance, you may set off a chain of emotional reaction in your brother that'll guarantee failure. Guarantee that he'll never have hands.
You cannot turn my brother into some kind of a freak two-headed dog just for the sake of science.
There's something you have to see.
You can't do that.
I know you're using dogs in your experiments, Doctor, and I'm gonna prove it.
We're gonna do a dog of Theseus thing. We're gonna make a dog play the piano.
Everybody's gonna love it. What is he gonna show her? The mangled hands? Oh,
This is all that was
let's see
left.
them. Let's see them. Show us the hands.
Are they gonna show us?
Are they gonna? Will they?
It's just a couple,
This is like the
hamburger
code was
patties.
breaking down, so maybe we'll see them. No, we're not gonna see them. Damn.
I saw them before the operation.
You could have saved all that drama that happened earlier by speaking up.
Like, you want to see him?
Genius that flowed through these hands is no more. But his basic genius remains. With a great deal of luck, we'll have made it possible for him to continue. You must have faith.
Is it faith, Doctor?
or just ego as far as your particular talent is concerned?
Tonight, 4 people did everything in their power to help your brother.
Why is she
I appreciate
so
your feeling of
opposed to
personal
the idea of a
tragedy,
hand
but I
transplant?
think you've wallowed in it long enough at my expense.
Listen, Doctor, I realize you've been through a great deal tonight, but I don't think you...
Well, I do think. From now on, the only thing that's important is the absolute cooperation of everyone involved in this man's life. Cooperation that'll create the proper recovery state of mind for him.
Your attitude is a very crude one, Doctor.
Maybe
How
we
does
ought
this
to-
lady feel
No,
about
George.
organ donors?
This man who's taken such sudden control of Vernon's life. I want to know what he expects to do. And I want to know whose hands he put on my brother's arms. Can you answer that?
No, I can't. There's no precedent for what we've done. No published catalog of spare
That's not
parts
an
to choose
answer.
from at the local deep freeze.
And you know nothing about the other man at all.
Coincidence placed him on that table 2 hours before your brother's accident. He had powerful hands, that's all we have to know.
That's all.
If you're concerned with the possibility that he might have been some
Powerful
kind of
cab
madman,
driving
let me assure you that psychotic tendencies don't transfer themselves mystically to the physical extremities after death.
You know that for a fact.
Great.
No, no, I don't. I don't even know about Mother Goose or the wee people in the glen.
It's like there was no, like, we just jumped to what the whole plot should be about,
was cracking
unprompted. What, you're saying his
A
hands are
personal
gonna
loss
get
for us.
possessed?
A terrible responsibility for you. We'll be back in the morning.
The man has been fingerprinted. A complete check will be run, I assure you.
When can we see him?
Not
Fresh
for a
is in
week.
the house.
He's under heavy sedation and
Fresh?
additional radiation.
Fresh?
It's a critical period for his body's acceptance of the hands.
Can't we even see him?
Keep changing my
Trust me.
wallet, Fresh.
If you can. And when you do see him, it's vital that he believe he's only had simple emergency surgery. I've got to have at least 6 weeks before the final bandages come off.
How long until we really know?
It won't be long before his body gives us the answer. What we do as far as his mind is concerned, well, he'll need all of us for that.
Switch gears so fast. Hell yeah. Oh god, this freaking detective. What bullshit is he gonna be harping on now?
You know, Doctor, I'm one of those people who believes that our department renders a definite service to the safety and welfare of the community, just as you do. Now, I'm sure you observe certain regulations that make your work more orderly, more effective. Am I at all correct? Generally. Well, now, so do we. For instance, when we have a homicide to contend with and we receive a body at the morgue, we feel it's reasonable to expect that we'll receive all of it. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me why, but I hold a feeling of kinship and respect for a man like you.
Why?
On the other hand, I suspect you of some premeditated diddling on the hillside.
What?
What?
Yes. Yikes.
Totally worthy explanation.
Is that a saying?
Diddling on the hillside?
Done with those hands.
I guess they were trying to push it. My goodness.
It's nice to know you're sympathetic to my needs. But
It was too
you
bad,
know this
Fresh.
isn't enough.
We had a
Look, I
great
told you
time
it
with
had
that
to be
silent movie.
For now. Doctor, when I was in college, one of my best friends was a medical student, so one night he stole into the laboratory and removed part of a cadaver, which he then utilized to produce a therapeutic effect on a timorous young lady at a beer party. Surely you've progressed beyond this. Inspector, let's pretend it's the past. Say
What?
2 months
Yeah,
prior
wait,
to
what?
the identification was established.
He's telling crazy
Suppose you
stories
came
from
to
his
me and you
college
said that
days.
you were on the
Like,
verge of a
I'm sorry, why'd you
discovery
bring
that
that
would
up?
greatly advance your profession and mankind as a result. Yet for definite reasons, you needed those last 2 months in order to prove it. Would you expect me to block you or to interfere? Very good analogy. I'm sorry you thought of it. Well? It's fortunate for you that I seem to sense a certain quality of honesty and greatness. Otherwise, I'd pull you in right now. Will you go along with me for that long? With the promise you'll be given the complete story the second it's possible?
He's not a reporter.
You have nothing to charge for a full preliminary check. you're complicating things for me at the department. I suppose I can create an acceptable story. I suppose I'm as idealistic as you in many ways. I'm sure my wife and children would support me in that up to a point. For everyone's sake. Let's hope we don't pass that point.
And that is going to take us to our first break. So, we are a third of the way through Hands of a Stranger. What are we thinking so far, Evan?
I actually kind of love this so far.
It's been a lot of fun.
It really has.
It's keeping our attention.
There's just something about, like, you know, people say, like, purple prose. This has some awfully purple dialogue.
It is. It is kind of wild. And it's funny that, like, why is it that low-budget B movies, when you've got, like, somebody pulling the, like, triple duty, producing, directing, and writing, and it's the script is just so, and the dialogue is just so
florid.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely a good word for it. It is, like, wild how just from the jump, it's like, wait, they're saying so much that I'm not even following. It's not really even making sense. Like,
I think it was Sears said earlier that it felt like a soap opera.
Yeah.
Which is exactly the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah. I haven't it's been a while since we've had a movie like this, I feel like, where the dialogue is just this, like,
heavy-handed.
Yeah,
Abtron,
like,
that's a good.
Heavy-handed is a great word. The great term, Abtron. Thank you, because, like, yeah, overwrought. You know, any of those would work. Like, you know that. Yeah, like, I love how Evan put it too. Like, you know, the maudlin. Like, you know, it just. That was a great word too. It's just out of nowhere. It's like, why is it all of a sudden?
I love the music. The music is just really, like, sticking.
It's
that
leaning
point.
into it too. Yeah, you're right. It's all kind of twisting in, and yeah, I mean, most of the cast, they're like, you know, a lot of them were TV actors, or mostly spent time on television. So it's very, you know. It's very soap opera quality for sure. I think that's a great comparison. And you know, like, even when, like, the horror is kind of like at a minimum, just anything that's very, like, overcooked like this is, it's right up our alley. It's a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying this so far, and I mean, we're right at the point where the bandages is going to take off the bandages. The bandages.
Yeah. I mean, I really can't. I hope it stays, like, at this level.
Because I feel like we've had movies where the first third starts off great,
real strong,
yeah.
and then, you know, they kind of
peter off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm really hoping they can keep this, like, just overly dramatic energy.
We'll see.
Once we get to the murders. We haven't even started to get to the murders.
No.
Except for that one.
That's true. That's right. Yeah. That's, I mean, and again, when you think about Hands of Orlac, like, was there just, like, a murder? Wasn't there just, like, one murder? I mean, there wasn't a lot going on, so.
Yeah, I guess with the hand, like, after, right? Yeah.
Afterwards.
Was it just one?
It was just his father, right? Maybe there was some. I don't remember any other. Like.
Yeah, I don't remember if there were any off screen.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they take advantage of that here. But it's definitely more, you know, it's a 60s B movie through and through, you know? So I think that's why it's a lot of fun. I think that's why we're enjoying it. And I mean, it's not, again, we kind of talked about how this story is like, it's not really adapted as often directly as you would think. And it's funny how, I mean, just that idea of getting like new hands and like
possessed body part.
Yeah, having a surgery and then something that is a part of you but is foreign to you, and now it's like got a life of its own.
We've seen during one of our mini-sodes, there was one of these.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up because we didn't talk about that last week. But back when we watched 13 Demon Street, the very first episode of 13 Demon Street, and by far the best episode of 13 Demon Street, it was the first one entitled The Black Hand. And it was kind of the story, but I believe it was a surgeon who like got in an accident. He didn't replace his own hand, did he? Didn't his own hand, like one of his hands got injured and his assistant was with him? And
was it that?
Because we were like, did he do surgery on his own hand?
That sounds really familiar. I think
because we're like, that's absurd.
Right. He grafted the hand onto himself.
And then it like is actually possessed and
one-handed surgery.
Yeah, so it was absurd and it was really well done, like all the way through to the end. And then even like the frame story with Lon Chaney Jr. did like a fun little hand thing. So it was, like that was actually a pretty well executed play on the story. And
at the time, I mean, it really wasn't until I guess it was last week.
Yeah.
That I really became aware that the whole thing with the possessed body part comes from this story.
Right. That there's a source material to this.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, again, I think it's something that kind of over time in horror fiction just kind of became this general, like, kind of trope isn't the right word, and plot device isn't either. There's a term I can't think of right now. But certainly just that idea. I mean, again, we talked about last week how Hands of Orlac, just like the source material and then even the first movie, you could say that that's really the start of body horror. And in that as a subgenre of fiction. And so we've talked about how there's only 4 direct adaptations of this. So obviously there's other things that aren't really direct adaptations, but they kind of play with just the themes of body horror in similar, derivative ways that are still kind of playing with the same themes. And so those are the trailers that we're going to see for the break. So the first is for a 1946 film, I think. It's a horror film from Warner Brothers, who didn't make a lot of horror films, but when they did, they were pretty solid. And this one also it stars Peter Lorre, and it's titled The Beast with 5 Fingers, and it is literally about a disembodied hand, going
okay,
around.
yeah. See, I was wondering earlier. I was gonna mention or bring up just with the idea of the possessed body part having the disembodied, thing on
thing on the
Addams Family.
Right. Yeah, that is kind of that's actually what both trailers are gonna kind of go more into, is that idea of a disembodied hand. And it's funny because, the Beast with 5 Fingers, I haven't seen it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces. I need to see it all the way through. But it's very expressionistic, and the director, Robert Florey, was the guy who was supposed to direct Frankenstein and then ended up getting kind of shuffled away, and then did Murders in the Rue Morgue. And it's a pretty well acclaimed film, and I think it directly inspired some other kind of later movies. There's an 1981 movie called The Hand that I think has got Michael Caine, and I think it's an Oliver Stone movie, and it's kind of like similar to The Beast with 5 Fingers. And yes, Thomas, Alan Alda, what is that? What is his name? Yeah. The senior Alda is in The Beast with 5 Fingers. So that's the first trailer that we're going to see during our break. And the second trailer is kind of more from the contemporary time of tonight's film, 60s B horror movies, and it's entitled The Crawling Hand. And it's more of like a sci-fi kind of spin on it, where like an astronaut, something happens.
He
And
gets some of that space all over his
something
hand.
like that, and he's like, his disembodied hand is like her, but he's also like running around. I haven't seen that either, and it's apparently supposed to be one of those very like kind of cheesy drive-in B movies. Hopefully we'll be back in time for this trailer, because you won't want to miss the riveting cover of Surfing Bird that plays underneath the trailer, and I believe is prominently featured in the film, as far as I know.
Have you guys heard?
Everybody's heard.
Blah, 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 blah.
Bird. Yeah. Do not get us started. Yeah. So, it's interesting, just this whole idea of even a disembodied hand, like, you know, the mechanisms causing it, whatever. It's just all kind of ties back into this idea of body horror, and it's just cool. So, yes, Thomas Robert Alda, thank you. So we're gonna enjoy these two hand horror film, disembodied horror films, and then when we come back, we'll get into the exciting middle of Hands of a Stranger. So stick around. We will be right back.
A piano, long silent, mysteriously plays again. Its weird and ominous chords filling a bedeviled house with stark terror. A concerto of death, macabre music of a dead man, played by a hand that returned from the grave to wreak vengeance on his betrayers, marking each for murder as it strikes with inhuman power. A horrifying monster that takes its evil commands from beyond, that cannot return to the tomb till it completes its mission of destruction.
Hillary, listen, listen. Can you hear it? The piano. It's the hand playing. It's the hand. You were right all the time. It was Ingram's hand that committed murder.
I found fingerprints of identical pattern in the library, in the hall, even on the window pane in your room, Signorina.
You mean the same hand?
I heard what they said in the garden. I couldn't help but hear.
It's a lie. You're lying.
I'm not a liar. But you are a coward. You don't want to hear the truth.
Let's get away from here, Bruce. We're not under arrest. What can they do if we just disappear?
The Crawling Hand.
Someone, please come in.
140,000. Push the red.
God, Steve, help me. Help me.
Claude, what does it mean I'm stacked?
Stacked?
You'll experience a new dimension in motion picture thrills when you see The Crawling Hand. The Crawling Hand demands to live, commands you to see it. A disembodied hand holds the key to a killer more deadly than the supernatural.
Come on, down, children, the
The remains of an astronaut destroyed in space fights for life. a requiem for an astronaut.
He's a killer. If he doesn't come over here quietly and put that bottle down, I'll have to shoot him.
But he's just a kid! It strikes deadly, silently. It will not relent. The crawling hand must destroy in order to exist. It will strike you deadly. The crawling hand.
And we are back. So that was the trailers for The Beast with Five Fingers and The Crawling Hand. And I gotta love that surfing.
Yeah. Cool cover.
Yeah, you know, a little slowed down, a little more groovy. You know, I could dig it. Yeah, and you know, both of those trailers kind of, you know, you kind of see the effects are decent, you know, they play with it well. And that's the thing. I mean, it's the disembodied hand thing definitely kind of has been played in other films. And again, it kind of, I think parts of the story get conflated with aspects of this, which is just very much kind of dealing with like more like, you know, which again, and there's kind of a Frankensteinian element to that too, when just in terms of the movies and that idea of getting the part of a criminal and it turns
the mad
you
doctor
into a criminal.
Yeah, the excuse me, the guy's sister has certainly been treating this doctor like he's Dr. Frankenstein.
She called him a monster.
Right, yeah. When really, I feel like if he was just framing this or like delivering this news in a different way.
Yeah, he doesn't have a good bedside manner.
That's what it is, I think. If you come into the thing saying there's no precedent for this, and where's
brilliant surgeon, terrible bedside manner. There's always going to be those guys. What can you do?
Yeah. You got if you're gonna talk the family into a hand transplant,
which are
nowadays, I feel like you wouldn't.
No.
Would you get a hand transplant if your hands got turned into hot soup? Would you get somebody else's hands? I would. I would rather have somebody else's hands than no hands.
I mean, I get robot hands. They malfunction. But again, what if case in point this? You get hands that are not like comparable to your skill set.
Yeah.
And the hands just don't, they're just clumsy. They just
I'm sure there'd be a learning. If you'd have to learn how to use robot hands too, to be fair.
That's true.
You're not gonna like instantly be unless maybe they're powered with AI or something. You don't even have to. They just know what to do. But
that's
okay. Here's your hypothetical. Would you rather have a dead man's hands or hands controlled by AI?
Ew, dead man's hands for sure. Wait, thanks for clearing that up, Evan. I appreciate it. No, I wouldn't want AI hands. Give me a dead man's hands any day. Definitely not AI. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. You know, again, just the idea of this as science fiction. It's, you know, this is kind of crazy.
Fresh bedside manner with an O is that's my other favorite romance novel.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it a romance novel, or is that like some kind of like competition series to Downton Abbey? You know,
the even sexier Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, I just.
Oh, sorry, I moved my mic. Is this better?
Yes, that should. Yeah. What are you moving your mic for? Oh, my mic is down.
Uh-oh.
Damn it. I unplugged it and plugged it back in before we even got on here.
So. Possessed microphones.
My microphone is. I'm gonna get that fixed. Yeah. So I don't know. Would you call our surgeon a mad scientist?
Maybe for the time, but I don't. It feels like they're trying to frame what he's doing as something that's like heinous, but it doesn't really feel like. Okay, so have they said exactly where he got these hands? Was it the cabbie's hands?
No. Do you remember the opening sequence?
Oh, okay. It was that guy's hands.
That guy's
that dead guy.
Who we don't really know what his deal was.
Right. We don't know much about.
We just saw him get gunned down by
Right.
these shady characters.
Yeah.
So obviously he's not a good guy.
He's got it. I mean, that's what it is, right? He always gets a criminal's hand.
Right. But how much are they really going to go into it? I don't know. We're going to find out, but I'm not going to make any promises. So, yeah, I don't know. Our surgeon is, terrible bedside manner, and he's played by an actor named Paul Lukather, who, mostly TV credits, biggest horror movie credit, small role as a doctor in Friday the 13th for the final chapter. And I'd say for the final chapter because, obviously there were like 8 others after that. So, it was not really the final chapter. And then he also got into video game voice acting in the 90s and early 2000s.
Wait, who did he play?
The most prominent series that I recognize that he was in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Wait, who was he in Metal Gear Solid 2?
He was, did I write it down? I didn't write it down.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who are we talking about again?
So the guy who's playing our surgeon, Dr. Harding, is played by an actor named Paul Lukather. And he's the uncle of Steve Lukather, the guitarist and vocalist from the rock band Toto. So there you go. It doesn't get any cooler than that. For all you Toto heads out there. Evan's looking it up. I almost wrote it down, Evan, and I knew I should have, and I didn't. So that one's on me.
God, my service in here is terrible.
Oh, look. All right.
I'm in suspense because this is the last thing I would have expected.
Yep.
We don't really get a whole lot of video game crossover.
Well, we're gonna get another interesting voice actor appearance later on as well, and not video games, but it's kind of interesting in the pop culture of our time. So
he was the president, James Johnson.
There you go, James Johnson, President James Johnson.
Yeah.
Is it all coming
Yeah,
back to you?
Wow, okay. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I
thought you might be interested in that.
What a random
Evan.
connection. Yeah, I'm intimately familiar with that game.
Okay, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew that would pique Evan's interest.
Pretty cool.
There you go. I'll try to be on the lookout for that, especially for our later movies, because some of these actors, dude. I mean, again,
that almost tracks because the Metal Gear Solid series is also pretty damn soap opera like.
Well, I mean, don't you worry. I've got some even more interesting, like at least 2 or 3 more interesting.
In fact, you know what? It's a major plot point in that game about a guy having a hand transplant.
Get out, Evan. Are you serious?
I'm not making that
That's
up.
a great piece of trivia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of forgot about that, but
so
that's
cool.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I didn't know that. That makes it even cooler they got him to be in the game. Maybe they didn't even know that.
Yeah. He gets a hand transplant and he kind of takes the persona of the guy with the hand.
Okay. All right. Look, and again, we were just talking about that as a trope. There's somewhere else it's familiar to you from that is not, that's not what it's about, but that's a part of it. And so maybe that's also just kind of does get used as a plot point.
It's a wild series. And the cool thing is you can almost watch it as a movie.
There you go.
The director of those games wanted to be a movie director, and instead just kind of... Sometimes you just fall into other professions, and he just became a game director.
And hey, I mean, to everybody's the gamer's benefit, right? I mean, some very well-loved games. You love those games.
Yeah, thank you, Kojima.
That's right. That's who it is. Yes. Yeah, he's seems to be doing really well right now. Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to see those kind of like, oh, okay, here's something more recent that, you know, like it's kind of got some niche interest somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were familiar with that.
It's such a random thing too, because I was trying to think earlier, like, you know, what is like a modern, like, this idea of a possessed limb, like, where has this come up in more recent times? And like, oh, of course, it's right in front of me.
There it is.
There it is.
Wow. All right, yeah. We did it. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Very nice.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got some more interesting actor connections coming up. So anything before we get it? I mean, again, where we left off, the hands have been transplanted. The bandages are about to be taken off.
Yeah.
So anything before we get into the exciting middle of Hands of a Stranger Heaven?
Well, Garrett, you're not gonna get this, but I'll say I'll never thought I would have had the appropriate opportunity to say this on the stream, but you're pretty good. Someone will appreciate that.
And on that note, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting middle of Hands of a Stranger right now.
This will be his first moment of true consciousness. Please let me handle explanations. Guard your reactions against any indication of seriousness.
Smile! Smile! Oh, he's just waking up. They're not removing the bandages yet.
Mr. Paris, you have visitors. Mr. Paris?
Don't freak out.
My hands are going to be perfectly all right.
What's happened to my hands?
He's
There was
heavily
a traffic
drugged.
accident. Some of your fingers were broken. You're going to be all right.
Cab. That fool driver. Why are my hands like this?
We knew who you were, what your hands meant to you.
It's kind of underselling it to say, oh, a couple of your fingers were broken.
I have
Who
to
gave
be
you
in New
new
York.
hands?
Concert. Recordings.
I've
Just lie to
postponed them until you're well again.
You will play again, Vernon. You will.
Dina, don't lie to me.
I'm not lying, darling. Dr. Harding did a beautiful job. Your hands will be perfect.
Doctor. Harding. Perfect, Dr. Harding. In your terms or in mine?
In yours. In just a few weeks, you'll have full flexibility again. Full timing.
Why did it have to happen to my hands?
You're lucky it was only this. Glass was shattered
Yeah.
from every window of the cab. You can see to play. And you will play.
So what, did he get like launched from the cab hands first?
Patience.
Oof. His hands just got shredded to ribbons. What happened to the cabbie? Have they even brought him up?
Fucking dead.
Rip.
Very aesthetic, is it, George?
Why didn't they give him the cabbie's hands?
Might make an unusual shot for our next
See,
poster.
that's where I thought this was going. I did
You're
forget
right,
about
Vernon.
the opening.
Does Eileen know about
But I
this?
thought, okay, maybe the
I don't
cabbie's
know.
a criminal or something.
Yeah, you know what? Cabbie was
She
thrown
wasn't
clear.
at the party.
Perfectly
Isn't that why
fine.
they notified you?
Yes.
He's going to come back later.
Well,
see, I thought he said, oh, let me get this
My little
photograph
dramatic
of
butterfly
my
wouldn't like it here very much.
son or nephew or whatever.
Bright lights,
I thought he was
big
going to reach for a
stoves.
gun.
You don't serve martinis.
He's going to hold
Do
him
you,
up
Doctor?
and then crash.
Not for the time being.
No, he was being incredibly
I guess you'll be
sincere.
around
I think.
again.
He was,
Makes
yeah.
sense, so stark and sterile.
It'll be a month before we can remove the bandages.
That'd be like nowadays, like, let me show you a picture of my son while you're driving.
I can stare at the piano.
Road.
Wonder how long it's going to be, and how good it'll ever be again.
So you can stare at it. Remind yourself to be patient. To fight for something that's important and beautiful.
Like this dialogue. It's important and it is beautiful.
Look at that. Perfect fusion on both. You've done it.
Everything's beautiful. Everything's perfect.
They fit like a
All
glove.
we know is that his body's accepted the hands. We don't know how they're going to function.
But nobody's even gotten this far before. You realize what that means?
It only means we've taken a step, Ken. That's not enough.
Not enough. Gil, even if the rest fails, if the nerve and muscle connections don't work...
It must work.
But you can't hope for too much.
Why not? It's the only way we have the courage to take the next step. And the next.
Well, when will we know?
That's why I've called you in here. I've waited longer than I planned, to be sure.
Garrett, would you like another drink?
Sure.
I'm going over to remove the bandages and make the first reflex test. I want you all there because you helped make it possible. Also, I think you'll need all the moral support we can give him. This may not be pleasant, so if any of you don't want to come, say so. Russ? Kenny? Holly?
Did I ever tell you I couldn't stand the sight of blood?
What?
Let's see
You're
if
a
our dream
nurse.
is a realistic one. If it's possible to recreate beauty out of chaos.
She wanted to be a movie director.
Here we go.
Dina, push the lamp back a little. We don't need that much.
Yeah, Dina. Get that light out of here. We don't want to look at his scarred
Don't
hand.
mind an audience. But Russ, Ken, and Holly all helped the night of the accident.
I'm used to audiences. Glad to have one again after so long. These weeks of waiting haven't been easy, but if it ends well, I'll be grateful
My
to all.
ego is starving.
Are you ready?
After 7 weeks, yes, I'm ready.
You must do one thing for me. I ask you not to question it. I want you to close your eyes and keep them closed. So I tell you. That shouldn't be so hard. Only a few more minutes after 7 weeks.
Apparently, dramatics aren't limited to the stage.
God, this dialogue is so heavy-handed. It's insane.
Heavy whatted?
Get out.
All comes back to the hands.
God dang hands. Really dragging this out for maximum suspense.
The drama.
Your hands flat on the table. Now, I'm going to touch the fingers of your hand. Each time when you feel the touch, I want you to move that finger.
William in the house. Welcome, William. And I believe happy birthday as
Ooh.
well. Happy birthday, William.
Happy birthday, William.
One hand's a little quicker than the other. See, that would suck if like one took and one didn't.
Ugh.
I mean, I guess it'd be better than nothing. But... Oh, I guess they just needed time to wake up.
Sleepy hands. Wake up, hands.
Before you open your eyes, I'm going to tell you one thing. I want you to remember it. It's vital that you do.
Are you trying to ease me into acceptance of a failure, Doctor?
What we've done for you surpasses my hopes. But the success of every surgery depends on two things. Medical skill and acceptance on the part of the patient.
Are these your usual terms for such a thing as simple as broken fingers? I don't think so.
Keep your eyes closed. The response in your fingers is 80% correct. The rest will return, but it's going to take practice on your part. You were right about one thing. It was more than just broken fingers. But the thing that you've got to believe is that we've been successful, because we have. During these weeks of waiting, you told me about your absolute belief in music and beauty. When you open your eyes, you're going to see something that'll demand a great deal of the sensitivity, courage, and creative thinking you have as an artist. Now, open your eyes.
So they've told him he's got someone else's hands, right? Or did they just say your hands are really messed up?
Yeah, I don't know if they actually did. Did they?
These aren't my hands.
What have you done to my hands?
They were terribly mangled in the accident. We've made it possible.
What have you done?
We've made it possible for you to have perfectly good hands.
These aren't my hands.
Yell it again.
What have you done?
We've given you hands where you had none.
Hands!
When you arrived at the hospital, we were faced with a tragedy. We didn't accept that. We fought to restore the beauty that was so important, and we did.
Beauty has been used like 40 times in this script
I
so far.
swear, there is something like
and fight
a little sexual about this movie.
Because it is.
What have you done with my hands?
Well, he kissed his sister earlier, Evan. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here.
We're learning a lot about this director.
New Arnold's true artistic vision.
That's what Bloodsport was missing. The incest angle.
If only they let him write the script. I love how he's just quick with the slap, you know?
That's what they really teach you at med school.
If you have a hysterical patient or a relative, let's bust out a slap. Give him the prescription for the old slap.
Take hold of my arm. Take hold of my arm. Both hands.
Thank you, sir.
Grip it as hard as you can. The fact that you can even do that proves the muscles work. Can you feel my arm? That proves the nerves are functioning.
You can't say I didn't do a good job.
These hands are new, but your talent isn't.
That's horrifying.
What we're doing to you now is cruel. But what we did in that operating room wasn't. Now you can accept or you can quit. It's up to you.
Get out.
Vernon, will you
All
please?
of you.
I'm sure they did a lot.
Crash, you just need to call this guy.
Exercise. Belief.
Need some new hands.
Chance in the world.
That's what it is. Just
Every
hands.
chance that beauty can once more be created by your surgical freak.
I need to make a
You're
tally.
right, Doctor. You were cruel just now. But your bluntness has restored reality for me. I'm just not sure how long it can remain. I suggest you leave now.
Tomorrow we'll talk about that reality.
Get out.
I'll be back, Vernon.
Tonight.
Dina.
I know, George. Thank you, I'll call.
She's like, I've got this covered. He'll be just fine.
Let him have his anger and torment for now. I think he'll be strong enough later to accept the fight.
His finger reactions weren't even right.
Yes, they were.
But when you touched them...
I touched the fingers on each hand in sequence at first. Then I deliberately changed the sequence. The finger that reacted was the one he thought should react next. Then I went back and touched the finger, and it moved. It's simply a matter of mental coordination on his part.
Seems so much to expect.
Dina, what we've done has never been done before. It's a triumph for us. But it's got to be one for him, too.
I think I better move in.
Power of positive thinking, Dina. Come on.
I wonder if there'll ever be a day when he doesn't.
Uh-oh. Oh, she's closing the door. Look out.
Mm. Can I get you a drink?
I know how hard it is for you to accept. But do you realize what Gil has done for you?
Yes. He made them come true. All those dreams I've had through the years about something happening to my hands.
Gil's genius has made it possible for your talent to continue.
His genius with a knife in the human body has put on my arms the hands of some man I don't even know.
Is that important if you can play again?
Important? It's important my sanity could even accept that these aren't mine. His genius has given me hands to feel with. But can he guarantee these stolen chunks of flesh and bone will ever be?
These are your hands. Now it's up to you to make them sing in the future as they did in the past. It's you who control your hands.
Would he
Don't you
rather just
understand?
have...
I was my
garbage
hands.
hands?
They were my life. Now I'm carrying the life of someone I know nothing about.
Then you must learn again. Or you will have no life.
Can we throw
Why
the word
me?
beauty in here?
Why couldn't this have happened to that cab driver who doesn't need his hands so much?
I only know from Gil that the
Wow.
man suffered too. His life may not be as delicate or as complex as yours. But I'm sure he'll fight to maintain it.
Leave me alone.
I'm going to stay here for a while. I'll be back as soon as I get some things from my apartment. Please be patient.
That music definitely implies patience.
Yeah, he's feeling really patient right now. I mean, how do you think this guy would have reacted if they didn't do the hand surgery? If he just had mangled, garbage hand, useless hands? Probably the same way, right? Like, maybe this guy's just a little dramatic.
I think that's it. That's always been my read on this story, is that the pianist is a little too dramatic. He got new hands. Let's not freak out.
I mean, sucks to be him, feel like if you like
hands. Nice.
But it would be kind of like if you like bumped your head wrong and you like lost all of your knowledge about a particular subject or something. You have to relearn it. It'd be pretty bad.
It'd be a nightmare. Yeah, it would be awful. But, you know, you got to take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Why, you're a half hour. Why, Vernon, what a pleasant surprise.
I want to talk to you.
I can't right now.
It's important.
All right, but I only have a few minutes.
Uh-oh.
You always did have a talent for creating the proper visual mood.
This is no concern
Why'd she light
of
the
yours.
candles if he's
Obviously,
30 minutes
since our
early?
relationship is primarily a social one.
She
What does
was
that
waiting
mean?
for someone else.
It must be if you haven't been
Right,
interested
but
enough to see me during these past weeks.
I called the hospital the following
That's a
day,
good-
left my sympathies.
Very generous of you.
Vernon, I'm very sorry about your accident, but
Pain isn't a desirable substitute for laughter and excitement, is it?
Vernon, I've had a great many things to do. I'm also expecting a guest within a half hour,
guest?
so you don't own me,
Back in the day,
Vernon.
though, big candles like that would probably burn for like a long
Yeah, I guess
time.
I guess they'd last long enough. It wouldn't really matter.
They're
Oh,
scented,
How
Evan.
interesting. Well, there were
Yeah.
times when I
God
needed
knows.
you. Remember your
There's no,
favorite line.
like, I don't know
That
when
would be
they
too
finally.
much like playing a great composition
Knowing this
over and over.
director,
You
he
had to
probably
play
just wants
many
the
in order
wax
to
to
live and
melt.
grow as an artist.
There's a difference
Right.
now. I can't explain everything right away, but my life has changed. You've got to understand.
Brennan, if one of your other women has put you in your place, I don't see any reason to come crying to me.
That's not it. Yes, there were others. There were others for you, too. I don't think either of us had any illusions about that. But for me, you were always the most important, the loveliest. In the back of my mind, maybe I always thought someday.
Vernon, neither of us ever thought that someday. You were always a very exciting, very desirable man. But this attitude in you now, this heaviness, I don't like
These
it at
candles are how
all.
I
I'll be
keep
very
my
happy
house
to see you on the
hot.
old basis, but right now I wish you'd go.
What if the old basis has been changed by something I can do nothing about?
I don't like you this way, and I don't like riddles.
What if there won't be any concerts or parties? What if there'll only be me?
Stop it, Vernon. I've never seen you this way, and I don't want you this way.
What if there'll only be me?
Stop it! Stop it!
You know what's bad anytime other characters will be like, you're speaking in riddles. It's like the writer knows that the dialogue is crazy.
That's what happened when you called to leave your sympathies. My hands that you knew so well. Look! They don't look like my hands, do they? They're not. My hands were destroyed the night of my greatest concert. But medical science gave me a new pair of hands. Hands from another body so that I can play again. Yes, Eileen, I
Thanks
may
for the Lay it all out.
I may
Lay it
not.
all out.
What if there'll only be me? What will you do if I need your help now more than I need your beauty?
Don't touch me!
Oh
my
the
God.
fuck?
Way to go, dude.
She went up like a light, dude.
Wow. What was that dress made of?
I don't know. She was dead in like a second.
I just... you
Holy
just caught me fresh from my gasoline bath.
Why don't you take off? You too, Holly. Kenny can handle emergency tonight.
Oh, sure. And when do I get a chance to get married? I have a girl who's pretty fed up already.
Who ever heard of young doctors getting married? You have to be middle-aged before you can afford to be married.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Come on, Junior. I have a new trick I want to show you with the scalpel.
You know, I've got a boyfriend who's the greatest guy in the world.
Thank you, Fresh. That's exactly what
Holly.
it is. I truly, yeah, a lot.
It may look good on the surface, but you can always end up second.
Pure asbestos.
Thanks, Carol, for putting it the nice way.
That was wild. So we got a body count of, well...
2?
2. Yeah.
2. Minus 1 pair of hands.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Get this guy. Here we go.
What bullshit are you on now?
I know this must make me look pretty much like a snoop, but I'm sure you understand it's part of my job.
I also understand we made a bargain.
With a time price if it was up a week ago. You see, I'm not without patience.
The main point was I'd give you the complete story as soon as it was possible. You implied you'd trust my judgment.
Yes, I remember, but there's a problem. I have somewhat of a neurotic respect for perfection in my work. I don't like to see assignments go unsolved, although I recognize there's no set schedule on the solution. Specifically, the fingerprints you gave me have been thoroughly checked, and they gave me nothing.
You think I gave you a false set?
You're not that kind of a man. We're in the process of checking them through foreign bureaus, but while we're waiting, I thought there might be something new you could offer to keep my mind at peace.
There's nothing I can tell you yet. There's a human factor that's involved that's critical. Trust me a while longer.
Very well.
Thanks.
In the meantime, please remember my wife and children.
When I got back last night, he was sitting at the piano dazed. He didn't say a word all night. I don't think he went to sleep either. And then in the morning came the tragic news of the death of a woman who was very important to him. He was more depressed.
Yeah, Fresh, when it's that much dialogue, I would not be
alone.
shocked.
I wanted to go with him, but he was cruel in the way he rejected me.
Script.
I'm frightened.
Don't be frightened.
An actor's nightmare.
It's natural in the beginning. He's got to feel sorry for himself. Hate everyone and everything that caused this. He'll be back.
I hope you're right.
In the meantime, I think the separation's good for us. Let's have dinner. We've never done that. I know a little place with violins not far from here.
I mean, better her go out with the doctor than be in there with her brother, right?
No.
Oh, brother's on a mission.
Does Tony Wilder live here?
Yes, sir.
Is he in?
No, sir, but he'll be back in a little while. He went to get some. A dog, isn't that great?
I'm an old friend of his. Used to ride in his cab all the time. I want to talk to him.
I really shouldn't let you in, but I guess you look okay. You like dogs? Okay, come on in.
Say no more.
So, Scott, this is, I believe this is actor Barry Gordon, who was in a lot of TV, 20-something episodes of Archie Bunker's Place, the follow-up to All in the Family, where they killed off Edith, and it was Archie Bunker running a bar.
Oh, gosh.
You didn't know about that? Yeah, don't talk about Archie
piano
Bunker's
ones, too?
Place.
Are you any good? I'm good, too. Want me to play
But
for
you
you?
want to know what this kid is most
I'm
famous
not bad,
for?
honest. I like to play. Dad never asked to make me.
He's the original voice of Donatello
You know a lot
in
about
Teenage
piano?
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And like, from
I'll
the
play a real
original
great
series
tune I
up
just
to,
It'll make you feel
recently,
better.
he's voiced Donatello.
You don't look so hot.
Random.
No.
Modern
I know,
connections.
right?
Not right now.
We've got at
Come
least one
on.
more good one.
I like to play for people. Helps me not to be nervous.
Welcome, Wolf Cat.
I'll make you a deal,
Wolfcat in the house.
like I'll
Welcome,
quit.
welcome.
okay?
And they were both killed when we were very small. We ended up with relatives who resented the obligation. So more or less, we banded together for emotional survival.
They both had a great
They
desire
banded
for life.
together.
That's important for him now.
Wait. Oh, hold on.
Became too close as a result, too dependent.
And that's going to take us to our second break.
Okay.
It zoomed out from a glass, right?
Yeah.
That was our break point. Sorry, I was reading the chat. I was like locked in. Okay. That was the exciting middle of Hands of a Stranger. What did we think, Evan?
I'm still enjoying this so far.
It's fun, right?
It's
Like,
still good.
it's keeping up a good pace.
It's certainly keeping up the soap opera energy.
Oh yeah, the dialogue is still pretty right. It's again, it's just something about a writer, director, producer. Like, you know, there's a Ed Wood, Tommy Wiseau. There's just something about that kind of pressure on a creator to do all that. And it's got to be good, and it's got to be idealistic. And so then you just end up writing piles and piles of tripe.
He's an auteur, okay?
Right, yeah, that's the word. And I was like grasping for that word earlier, and I was like, no, I don't need to use the word auteur. But thank you, Evan. Yes, that's it, auteur. He certainly is. It's wild. It's been a very fun movie. It's been very silly, and just because of the dialogue, but the actors are like giving it their all, for better or for worse. If that makes any sense.
Definitely, yeah.
You know?
Our main character is just, he's so brooding. He's so put out by this whole hands thing.
Well, and to an extent,
which is fair.
Right.
Which is fair. He's a pianist.
Understand.
The pianist.
And yeah, right. Like last week, yeah, a pianist. Yeah, that's right.
Not being able to play the piano, he might as well have no hands.
Right. Yeah.
But still.
And that actor playing our pianist here is James. He's credited here as James Stapleton, later known as James Noah. And again, a lot of TV, and the only big movie credit I saw after this, he was in the Chris Farley, David Spade movie Black Sheep, playing, he was credited as Mayor. So I've never seen the movie, so I don't know. Maybe some of you out there would know who he plays in that. But, again, a lot of the actors in this did a lot of TV. But, we kind of saw the scars on his hands a little bit, but it's nothing too elaborate, right? Like, the makeup in this hasn't been too crazy, or it's been pretty restrained.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I brought up...
I mean, yeah, even with the big opportunity for them to do something really gruesome, we don't see it.
They didn't take it. And they're not trying to make his hands look too different from
his hands.
These aren't my hands. You're right, exactly. We knew he was going to go there. But I mean, I think that's a symptom of the low budget of the movie. Because it's interesting, and I brought this up earlier, that in the opening credits it said makeup by Charles Gomorrah. And if you're a fan of classic horror movies, that name may sound familiar. On this show, we brought up Charles Gomorrah. He's primarily known as the king of the Hollywood ape men, because he was kind of the pioneer of making the suits and then performing in the suits. And we saw him prominently here when we watched Who Killed Doc Robin.
Yeah.
You remember the gorilla running around? Which was just a person in a costume. Very Scooby-Doo. But the actor and the designer of the suit there was Charles Gomorrah. So he's primarily known for that.
Gary, you're not telling me there's gonna be a third act surprise, are you?
No, if only.
Okay.
So this is what
this isn't an ape core movie.
This is not an ape core movie, but this is the thing about Charles Gomorrah, is that he was so much more than just an ape man. He was legitimately a makeup artist, which, we're seeing in tonight's film. I didn't know until today, kind of just how much he did, and how much, how he got his makeup artist skills, how all this stuff, his entire career. So I ended up watching. Can I use the word watching? I kind of skimmed, but it was a 2-hour documentary on Charles Gomorrah. It was executive produced by his daughter. It was really great. But it went through his whole career, and his career actually started. So he was born in the Philippines, was a stowaway to the United States, but like apparently the boat was gonna explode or something.
What?
And he was like 5'4", and he was small enough to get to some area to relieve the pressure or do something. So then the captain escorted him to the like port and vouched for him, and like
Okay, so his life is just a movie.
so yeah, I mean that's what I like, why I wanted to bring him up, because like he immigrated as a teenager, or came over as a teenager, immigrated later, but came over as a teenager, like got a job on a farm, but was immediately like entering local art contests at 16 and winning like awards in America for like watercolor skills and just like skills as an artist. He was just an artist and a smart guy. And in the early 20s, he got brought on to help like design, like, you know, kind of do painting stuff and do like work in movies. And it was with Douglas Fairbanks, who was like an early like silent film star. But then he got brought on at Universal to help with The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And he was like, well, I can help with your art department. And they were like, well, we need sculptors. And he's like, well, I've never done that before, but I guess I can try. So he ended up being like one of the main sculptors for like the whole Notre Dame Cathedral set that was built for that. Like he was a sculptor for things that like Lon Chaney Sr. is like swinging off of and hanging. And like he was 20 years old.
Wow.
And he was 20 years old, and he was like, that was when he started his career, was in the early 20s. And he
do you remember the masonry from that movie?
Oh, how can I forget? Well, no, I got the refresher today. But yeah, no, like you don't realize it until you look back at it. Just that like, okay, it's supposed to be the Notre Dame Cathedral. So there's all these like gargoyles, and like things, and it's like, okay, well, this is the Universal backlot. Someone had to literally, they didn't just go to a warehouse and pull this stuff out. It was made for this. So Charles Gomorrah was one of these people that did this. And so later on, when they did Phantom of the Opera and they built the Opera House set, which was like a state-of-the-art, huge set, he, you know, and it was a replica of the Paris Opera House. He was the one that was carving the, you know, the ornamental stuff to make it look like the Paris Opera House.
Well,
and he wasn't like, sculptor was not like, you know, he was more just like drawing and painting.
And fell into being a sculptor.
Fell into it, but at the same time, when he started getting into the business, he became good friends with Perce Westmore, who was part of the Westmore family, which they were all in makeup, and they like their multiple family members, one would work at each studio. And so Charles Gomorrah would bounce around studio to studio working for the Westmores and like picked up his makeup skills from them. And they were just like a famous makeup family. And it was I think Perce Westmore who said, oh, there's this job that needs a gorilla costume. Like, I'll give you the supplies, make this costume. And that was like how he got his start. It was on the movie the Lost World, which was a 1925.
He goes from being like a sculptor to being an ape costume.
Well, like at the same time.
Okay.
Like at the same time, it's like he's just getting different jobs. He's like literally just going around constantly working, and he was like became very good friends with these makeup people, and so he would go make wigs. They were like really big into wigs primarily, so he would help them make wigs. And then eventually it was like, oh, this movie The Lost World needs an ape costume. Charles, here's what you need, go make this. And he did. And
talented guy.
He was just he was also you know, costume designer, art designer, inventor. Like he like patented inventions. Like he was very jack of all trades. And just again, a larger than life story. And with the ape suit stuff, he designed a couple ape suits and then was like, I don't like the way these guys are playing in my ape suits. They're not doing it right. And he's like, I could do it better. Like, let me show you. This is what they should be doing. So then they were finding, okay, well, Charles, do you want to play the ape? And again, he was like 5'4", so he could kind of like do the lower, again, it's kind of a shorter animal anyway. And so he ended up being a gorilla, actor for like most of his career. And
Fresh. He's kind of a Renaissance ape man.
He really was. Well, he pioneered animatronics as well.
What?
Because for the costume, he like one of his first costumes. He was like,
I guess with the mouth.
Yeah, it was like putting in special gizmos to give it more mobility, to give the face more mobility, to make the mouth do more, to smile or to do things. So he was like putting these things in the costumes and working them.
Wow.
But like apparently it was grueling work. Like it would get so hot, and he was like a small guy. He ended up having a heart attack. Like, after many years of doing it, and then continued to do it for many more, but he got to the point where he would just play the gorilla in close-ups, and then any of the physical like running or stunt work would be shot in long shots with like, stunt people wearing the suit. So I mean, it worked out for him, but he did. He was in the gorilla in Murders in the Rue Morgue, Island of Lost Souls, The Monster and the Girl, which is his like probably his best gorilla role. We've watched a little bit of that. It's been on TV, like on the Universal Monsters channel. That's the one. There's like an ape and there's a dog that's like following him around because it was his owner's brain has been put into the body of this gorilla.
Yeah,
and it's very absurd. And George Zucco is the mad scientist. It's great. So that's Charles Gomorrah. And then, of course, Who Killed Doc Robin, which we've seen. And he was also a gorilla in Africa Screams, which we watched during a Wheel of Movies once.
Right.
So we've seen him a few times as a gorilla. But, again...
Fresh.
Right, a gorilla, yeah. He was, ready to...
Do people do that? Like, crash shoots?
That's a good question. I think it's kind of hard because I think they're kept
There's too many
on the low.
People, too many eyes on it.
Right, and you're going to get stopped before you get so far. But I'm sure some people try. It's not going to stop people from trying, right? But so I don't know. He just, he had this great career as a gorilla man, but he also did makeup because he was friends with these makeup people. So that was another skill that he developed. And he did makeup for Island of Lost Souls. Dr. Cyclops is a movie where there's like a giant, like these people are shrunk down. So there's a giant mechanical hand that like moves, and he like apparently helped design sculpt it, and then like design the animatronics in it. But did makeup for simple movies like Double Indemnity, which is just a noir. There's no crazy makeup in that. But like, he's got a credit for Double Indemnity, 10 Commandments. So like he did makeup, just a makeup artist on some big movies, but designed monsters for movies like I Married a Monster from Outer Space and The War of the Worlds. The original 1953 version, there's a Martian in that. He's the one playing the Martian, and he had to like, there's pictures of him, like he had to be like this in this suit and like hunched down and just pulled on a cart.
Wow.
And it's kind of wild. Again, he like, when he was playing these roles, it was like really grueling stuff. But, so
I mean, we know that.
Right.
We know how monster makeup gets cumbersome.
Very cumbersome if you want to pull it off the right way. It's not easy. And that's the thing. I mean, he was wearing the stuff himself, but then he was also just doing makeup for other movies. So the two trailers that we're going to see during the break are movies that he also did the makeup for on top of tonight's film. So the first is for a movie where he designed like the creature makeup and I guess made it. It's called Curse of the Faceless Man, and it's about like a petrified man, which is a myth. Like, have you heard about the whole
petrified man?
Like, there was a whole thing about in New York, they found this petrified man. It's just this like solid white kind of stone like statue of this man. But it was fake. It wasn't real.
Okay.
Well,
I guess I hadn't.
I did a spine-tingling tale that Mark Twain wrote, where there's this ghost, but it turns out it's the ghost of the it's the Cardiff Giant. Have you ever heard of the Cardiff Giant?
Yeah.
So that's a Cardiff Giant is one of those things. It was just this fake sculpture that somebody had faked of a petrified man. And so in the story, it's like, oh yeah, like that petrified man in the museum across the street is a fake. Like, so you're just a ghost of a plaster cast. And the ghost is like, oh, well, I'm embarrassed. And that's the end of that's the story. So I put a little banjo thing in music, like, because it was just very silly to me. But yeah, so he did this, and it looks like the Cardiff Giant. So it's interesting. And then the second trailer is for a movie he did the makeup for called The Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake, which is like a shrunken head type. Which I've never seen that for a horror movie, but that's like the premise is these shrunken heads. And...
But you never seen Beetlejuice?
Oh, the good point, Evan. It's spot on. So yeah, it's Charles Gomorrah on top of like all this long career he had in the film industry in the late 50s. He was kind of doing these makeup for these low budget horror movies, and it's you'll get to see it in the trailer. It's prominently featured. So enjoy these two trailers, and then when we come back, we'll get to the exciting conclusion of Hands of a Stranger. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Volcanic fury of Vesuvius. From the ravaged city of Pompeii, across 2,000 years, comes one of the strangest mysteries of all time. The curse of the faceless man. His love spanned the centuries, crossed the dividing line between yesterday and today, between the past and the present, even between life and death.
Evil that men do lives after them. Beware. 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 From beyond the grave comes blood-freezing horror as an ancient curse brings paralyzing terror to all who know the terrible secret of the Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake.
to destroy you, Zurich. With a gun? Jonathan Drake, of all men, should know how futile that would be. Since you know that I'm dead, you know that you can't kill me. Don't
Wait,
say...
Dad! Dad!
And we are back. So that was the trailers for Curse of the Faceless Man and The Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake, two films where the makeup was done by Charles Gomorrah. Again, famous Hollywood, Ape Man, and a lot more than that. Again,
more.
Really, he did a lot of art, a lot of like great artwork, and was uncredited for most of his career. So that's why you don't really know a lot about him. So anytime you see him in the credits, like tonight, it's a special thing. But yeah, most of his career just didn't get credits, and even as an actor in the ape suit, didn't get credited. And they tried to, I guess, create the illusion that it was real. And so but he again, he had a pretty good career, and this film, tonight's film, was actually released after he had passed away. This movie was shot in 1960, but it wasn't released until 2 years after it was shot, which maybe is because The Hands of Orlac was released in 1960, and so maybe they were worried about just the competition. Or nobody wanted it, but Allied Artists, formerly Monogram, who made all those Lugosi movies back in the day, they released this in 1962, but that was a year after Gomorrah passed away, and he was only like 61 or 62 when he passed away. So, his career kind of was cut maybe a little short, but certainly got 40 years out of it, 40 years of like working on really big, important movies in Hollywood.
Yeah, sounds like a pretty storied career.
Yeah, so I hate we didn't touch on him more when we watched Who Killed Doc Robin, because there he was, in his full gorilla glory.
Yeah.
But we may get another movie with him in the gorilla suit. You never know. He did it a lot. So
yeah.
It's the beauty. Again, it's like when we see the Frankenstein lab equipment, we're like, oh, here's this thing we see a lot. Oh, now we can start putting like names to who
we've seen it enough times that like,
and knowing that it's like one person made this, like this is this one person, and they're the one who does it. Like, they don't trust anybody else to like mess with this stuff but them.
You could do a whole like series of unsung heroes of.
I'm writing
this
it down.
Kind of thing.
Yes, this is the stuff that I really find interesting. I hope you all do too. And yeah, Evan, I think you're 100% right. I'll maybe make some little profiles on this, because again, this is the stuff I love. So I when I saw Charles Gomorrah that's why I always on IMDb I go to see all the credits, like the full credit list, because that happens sometimes where some random person's in the cast like, wait a minute, I know that name, and they've done all this other stuff. And that's happened a few times. So I was really happy to see Charles Gomorrah pop, because I didn't have much else. My fact sheet is like literally half of it is Charles Gomorrah, and then the rest is like what I could find, because there was not a lot of information on this out there. So
it's all interconnected.
It works out
like hands.
Yeah, speaking of hands, we got to get to the exciting conclusion of Hands of a Stranger.
Yeah,
He's committed one murder.
Was it a murder? Kind of seemed like an accident.
I guess you could say her dress, who was highly flammable, and that's on her.
So you're blaming her for the...
Well, no, that's what you were saying. It's not his
Damn.
fault. If it's not his fault, then whose fault is it?
I'd say I would call it maybe manslaughter, right? Didn't he like knocked over the candles and
you
it
know
lit
what? I'm gonna be honest. I have had a hard time understanding the definition of manslaughter, so I'm glad you have a good grasp on it.
Isn't it kind of? It's like it's not quite a murder. It's more of a whoopsie daisy.
I think that is the best description. That clears a lot up for me, actually.
Your Honor, I just had a possessed hand whoopsie daisy.
These things happen.
I'm uncoordinated. I got those dead man hands.
Wow. This is really like putting a lot in perspective.
Yeah, we haven't got the I feel like we got a lot of ground to cover for this being the end. We've just had the first, it seems more incidental than him being possessed by the spirit of these criminal hands.
Yeah, they're just kind of, I hate my new hands and I blame you.
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see where they take it.
We'll see where it goes. I'm sure it's going to be dramatic.
It's not lacking in that. So on that note, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get to the exciting conclusion of Hands of a Stranger right now.
I used my talent to help him. The whole thing was a calculated plan to bring us independence and freedom. And now, just when we were both reaching a point when
yes,
we could be truly free.
Shout out Naked Gun 2025.
Don't you see, by going through this, he can become part of a new and even greater kind of beauty. Maybe that's a lot to imagine right now, but eventually there could be no such thing as a permanently defective heart, a permanent cripple, a permanent birth malformation, blindness. Oh, there'll always be accidental deaths. But from these tragedies, science will be able to sustain and recreate joy for the living. And when people know that a worn-out or defective part of their body can be replaced, they'll approach life itself with a great deal less fear.
Soliloquy.
3,000 years of research, Dina. They were just
She's a
beginning.
spotlight right
This is
over
the
him.
next major step, and he's the key part of it.
If it had to happen, I thank God we found you.
He
Gil,
slapped
whose hands
you.
were they?
We don't know yet, but they're strong, normal.
She's into it.
They might be hands from someone even more talented than Vernon.
But they could be from someone.
Don't let fear drive you into a pit of superstition.
We don't need to know.
Are we
Let's
sure
just.
the soul really
Isn't it better to
controls
leave
the
it a mystery where these hands came from?
Or is what we call
Maybe
a
it's
soul
better not to
really
know.
shaped by our own pleasures or hatreds with the outside, and how they're accepted by the world?
If you love beauty,
God, here we go again.
Beauty.
Beauty.
He said it. God, if Beauty was a drinking game, we'd all be under the table. Wolf.
Well, mister, how did you like it?
If you get
you play very well.
You
a
mean
body
it?
part donated to you,
be good.
do they tell
Very
you
good.
where it comes from, or is that like a
Did you practice a
HIPAA?
lot when you were a kid?
When did HIPAA even
You're
become
supposed
a
to
thing?
consent. He didn't consent to this. He
practiced a
was
lot when I
out,
was
and
like
his
yeah.
manager consented for him.
Right. I mean,
So
you-
like,
you're-
you would want to know where it was coming from before you got it, right? Or you'd want them to give you that information, right? If
Yes,
you
I
were
can.
conscious or could be conscious to
still
make
any
the
good?
decision, if it wasn't a matter of time.
I don't know.
It was probably a
try.
matter of time.
I don't know that I would care necessarily where it came from. If the doctor told me
I wanna hear
we
you
have
play
a
now.
compatible body part
First you gotta
that
take your gloves off.
we think we can graft onto you.
Who ever heard of playing the piano with their gloves on?
My
can't
first
put them on.
question
Sure
isn't
you
going to
can.
be,
You put them
well,
on, didn't you?
whose was it though?
He's got scores to settle. He's not worried about that at all. Oh man, he hasn't played since. He's taking the gloves off. The gloves are coming off. Look out.
Gee, mister, you got strong hands.
Everybody says that.
Maybe someday I'll have hands like that, so I can play a lot easier. Come on.
Run, Donatello, run!
He's just gonna smash this piano. He's really good.
Gee, mister, it must have been a long time, because you sure can't play now.
Wow.
You son of a
Play the piano,
bitch.
you can't even hit the chords.
Don't say that. I can't play. I will play again. Music is my life. You mustn't say I can't play. I will play.
Oh, jeez.
I've never known anything else. That's why I'll play again. I must play again.
See you, William.
Take it easy, William. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Happy birthday again. Hope it's been a good one.
So again, isn't this manslaughter? Or I guess it's kid slaughter.
Oh no, the taxi. He lost his eyes.
Wow.
Easy, boy, easy.
This is some Twilight Zone
I know
shit.
it's strange. But you'll get used to it. Skeet! 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 Skeet, where are you?
Jesus Christ. We don't get a lot of kid killing on this show, but when we do, they don't linger on it that much. God, that's just intense. I mean, maybe he's still alive. Can we hold out hope?
Well, he's not exactly calling for the ambulance.
He does not
This
seem
time,
too
I don't
concerned.
have to be as critical.
Absolutely, William. Again, we're happy to celebrate. Happy to celebrate with our Scream Stream fam.
You can open.
It's working, Vernon. It's all working.
Should I say congratulations again, Doctor?
To yourself, for your patience. Every finger response was correct. Timing was a little slow, but with this much progress this soon, there's no reason why full dexterity can't return. All you need now is a strong incentive. That's something you've had for a long time.
Yes, Doctor. I think I'll enlarge on your exercises to include the piano.
Congratulations.
Crushed his hand. Hands.
Congratulations.
Lame.
It's wonderful, Mr. Paris. Ouch.
Strong hands.
I want you and Dina to have dinner with me tonight. Go someplace where we can laugh for a change. How about it?
It's time to see again what the outside world and smiling faces look like.
How about it?
All right. Sorry, does anybody have a clown phobia in here? I apologize. Give you a trigger warning.
Clown warning.
Clown warning. Yeah, nightmare fuel. Jeez.
There's.
He crash zoomed in on the keys. Ah, bumper cars. Ah. Oh, she's pulling away from her brother. Uh-oh.
The jealous brother.
This fucking shell game.
Hands.
Hands!
He needs to go get that guy's hands.
Yeah. A juggler like that.
Yes, sir, a beautiful throw, a beautiful throw. Here's a smiling little doll to take home with you to remind you of your shining hour.
You take
I must
that thing
win.
home and you're going to be the one that has to dust it.
Got him.
Test this game of skill. Win yourself a beautiful prize or a tryout with the LA Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
I'm a talent scout for the Dodgers. I work at the Cardinals. This is how all the greats got their start.
Well, a warm-up pitch, only a warm-up pitch. Even the greatest need that. Try again.
Stop laughing at me.
Hey, what are you? Some kind of a nut making fun? That'll be $20, buddy.
I'm sorry.
Forget the sorry. I said $20, buddy. And if you don't know how to use your hands, stay
Bro,
away
that
from
shit
the-
is probably worth $1. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna call a cop.
Okay, wait a minute. Here's more than enough of that. Take care of that.
All right, but I'm still gonna call a cop. That guy is some kind of a nut.
Look, here's some more. Please forget it. He's a patient of mine. Been through quite enough as it is. Give him a break.
Okay. But if you can't handle him, buddy, we got a place right down the street that specializes in freaks.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Holy
damn.
Shit. Yes. Let's get crazy. I love it.
Oh no. Hands.
Hands. Okay, fade to black.
Vernon, you know how proud I am of you. The new attitude you've had since Gil returned.
Are you?
Very. Remember the night the three of us went out together?
I remember.
$10 and we'll call it square.
I think it started a long time before that.
Gil's proud of you, too. I told him you've been practicing every day since then. You don't know how important it is to him that he used his skill to bring you a new life.
Yes. They all brought me a new life.
And for me, I think you know how I've come to feel about Gil. I want you to be happy for that, too.
I'm very glad that you've come to mean so much to each other.
Why won't you let me stay on nights that you practice?
You know me at my best. I want you to hear me that way the next time. Besides, you haven't regretted all the time you've been able to spend with him, have you?
All right. I'll wait.
What time will you be back tonight?
11 or 12. Just dinner and a conversation.
Kiss, kiss, kiss. Ah! Is this that song? Was it How's Your Mother? So this woman, I believe, is actress Sally Kellerman. who is best known for her Oscar-nominated role as Hot Lips in the movie MASH.
Yeah.
Before it was a TV show, it was a
When?
movie.
A year or so, maybe. I can't ask you to live on what I'm making now. I can't even live on it.
I wouldn't mind working. I've done it before.
We might have to if we get married in a year or so.
Then why not now?
This is one of the lab assistants, I think.
It's just too
This
rough.
guy.
You're too intent on your work.
I admit it. It's the future, Sue, and I've got a chance to be a part of something wonderful. I guess I'm selfish, because I want it to be the right kind of future. For my work, and for us. Don't you understand?
You know I do. It's just that I wish there could be more time for us. I'm not going to stop loving you, Ken. It's just that the nights get lonely out.
This is so random. We're getting this brand new character in the last 20-ish minutes of the movie.
Yeah, what is this, The Rib?
I mean, Sally Kellerman, you know what else she was in? She was in 7 episodes of Decker as Janet Davidson.
I knew that name sounded familiar.
Wife of President Jason Davidson,
Yeah.
I guess. I haven't seen.
I think she's the bad guy.
She's a bad guy. She's also in an episode of Workaholics when they break into an old folks' home. She's hitting on Durs, I think. And she was in some episodes of Mark Maron's TV show Maron. So she had a long career. This is one of her first movies, though. So good for her. Yeah, I have not seen that one, Thomas. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Yeesh. Well, that was an abrupt, cutaway.
It can't be. Gil? Gil, can it?
Must be a record.
He never bought any of his own records. He was always afraid of becoming a mechanical copy of himself. I know his style so well.
I don't know. Maybe possible. If he's really been practicing and exercising the way you said.
It's one of his more simple pieces. Oh, Gil, it must be. Oh, Vernon, was that you playing?
Oh, I'm sorry you heard. I wanted it to be when I was a little better.
Oh, it sounded wonderful.
It's the only one I've worked on, and it's taken me all these weeks. And what does the man who made it all possible have to say?
I'm surprised,
Well,
but
you told me yourself there was no reason why it shouldn't happen. With exercise, practice.
Yes, I know. But I didn't expect this much dexterity this soon.
Not even when the incentive, the desire to create beauty is strong enough? You did your work
Beauty.
well, Doctor. Now I'm doing mine.
If it's true, there's no one outside you two who could be happier than I am.
Then smile, Doctor. Get rid of that troubled, questioning look. Help us rejoice in the success of our mutual triumph. I know what I have to do now.
Please play for us.
It's been very hard to get this far, and I
Maybe,
think even the doctor will
Sears.
tell you
That's
that it's
interesting.
natural to expect fatigue to set in easily.
Make it soon.
It will be.
Understand one thing. I want to believe.
Then do it, Doctor. Do it because you, too, have the incentive.
Gil.
The jealous brother. He can't handle it. What is this? Oh, dead assistant. Is this our detective
He was
friend?
a close associate of yours. Did you know the girl, too? Tragedies of this kind are always senseless, but I'm afraid I have to press you about the significance behind it.
How can there be any significance to waste?
Some time ago, I read a routine report about a death that occurred in the suburbs. A man came home and found his son dead, apparently as the result of a burglar who was discovered and panicked. The unusual thing was that most of the boy's fingers were broken. Possibly it was the result of a fight, except that the fingers were all squeezed together as if they'd been crushed.
He crushed his
The man
fingers.
was an ex-cab driver named Wilder. Can you raise the sheet farther this time and look at your friend's hands?
He's crushing their hands.
Done with the bookend. If you're thinking it might have been a burglar, forget it. It was calculated. The bookend was placed in the girl's hand to make it look as if she defended herself against a sex attack.
Then you have your answer.
What?
That's rather difficult to believe since the girl was choked to death. A series of tragedies with one thing in common, the human hand. The same thing that brought us together, Doctor.
It's ridiculous to assume that...
Is it? Perhaps, if anybody else but your friend had been involved. This is the kind of coincidence that forces me to become less patient. I think I know now.
Is that what you call it?
If
Not
I'm correct.
Derelict? Whatever.
amazing
You've
piece of
been
surgery,
ridiculous.
Under the circumstances, I must insist you meet me at my office within a half hour. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is pure coincidence.
I'm sure you do.
Otherwise, it means you failed to control an experiment that could have been of great value. Regardless, both of our objectives are the same.
This detective is something
I think
else.
you know why I wanted you to be the first to hear me play.
Brennan, I've never been so happy.
You won't mind if it's the same piece?
I wouldn't care if it was a scale of C in one octave.
I love it.
Just to know you can play again.
Even though I can play, I'm still nervous about these hands. It takes all my concentration.
Who knows? Maybe Charles Gilmore painted.
I'd listen to you from the other end of the world if it would help make you great again.
Yeah, he was like, for a time, he was just
I want
painting
you to remember
portraits of
just
like
one thing.
celebrities, like oil.
Tonight I'll
like,
play my greatest concert.
that was a skill of his.
I need you to help make it complete.
I'll remember.
He's definitely playing a record. He's gonna kill her.
Now what do I do? Destroy the very thing I created?
Help him. Any jury will call it insanity. With proper treatment, he can be brought back.
And Ken? And I?
Bill, I was almost as close to Ken as you were. But even his sacrifice can't stop our work. It mustn't.
How stupid I was. What he said about incentive. Oh, yes, he had one, all right. Vengeance on everyone he thought destroyed his ability to create music. The driver, Ken.
I think we can take care
Why
of ourselves.
Ken's girlfriend?
Dina. She's with him.
He won't hurt her. She's on his side. We're the enemies.
With a maniac as shrewd as he's become, I won't take that chance.
I'm coming too.
No, you're involved enough. Go home to your security. Try to figure out why it's so hard to find for men like me. Then don't make the same mistakes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, no.
Are you sure about this?
It must be. He made a special point about it. Tonight, I'll play my greatest concert.
Dina,
Oh, I don't blame you, Gil. How can you blame anybody for this? I just feel numb for all the loneliness and misery he must be feeling inside him.
He's ready to go. Or is he?
Thank you for remembering what I said, Dina. I was sure I could depend on the audience. Very important part of a concert. Yes, I'm going to play for you, Doctor. I'm used to a great deal of applause after my concerts. And what could be more desirable than applause from the man who made it all possible? There were others, almost as much a part of it as you, who should be here. But I don't think we'd find their applause very enthusiastic now. I did manage to convince one of them, though. We had a long chat on the way down here. Turns out he was very partial to music and my future ability. The only trouble was he didn't mean it. He was only trying to trick me.
Why, Vernon? It was only a matter of time before you would have played again.
Time. Time to cut off these hands and give me others, and others if those don't work. Yes, the doctor has all the time he needs in his laboratory. He can do anything, except give me back my life.
He tried to save that life.
He failed.
How do you know yet?
Shall I show you?
I love a lot of this, like, straight on,
said I was
like,
going to
into
play
the
that.
camera
I am, now.
stuff.
But I want you beside me, Dina, because you were always there in the past. You can't go out there.
He still needs me.
It's a trick.
I might be able to humor him. Still save him. I've got to.
I might be able to humor him.
Then take a gun
She
and go out
says
there and shoot
loudly.
him now.
It feels like it's turned into like Phantom of the Opera.
It really does. Can he do it?
Listen. Behold the wonders of medical science and your kind doctor.
Hey, it's terrible. It's terrible.
I can't do it.
It sucks.
Your triumph, doctor. And now mine. Let her go.
Okay.
Go on back. We'll be all right.
The talented Dr. Harding, still in charge.
You're right about one thing. I'm not responsible for the loss of your hands. But I am for this.
Like your friend, you imagine yourself a clever psychologist. It won't work, Doctor.
You're interested in nothing but vengeance? Beauty is no longer important to you.
On the contrary, justice is a form of moral beauty. Or is that too unscientific?
I did everything I could surgically, and your body's accepted it.
Dang, Beauty.
Beauty. What a
Beyond that,
beautiful
I know I
movie.
failed you. Your mind couldn't accept.
That's very beautiful.
Get out! All right, I'm gone.
What do you want? I want you to take another look at your work. Just for this moment, I want to share this triumph with you.
Roll. Is it their stupid detective? Nothing? He's not gonna say anything? Yeah, Abtron, seriously, for nothing. It was for nothing. Well, I guess they probably use a set for the whole thing. Maybe.
Have you found out whose hands they are? Not yet. Does it make any difference?
I think you know we'll have to talk some more.
then maybe you'll be able to tell me if we have the right to push ahead so fast. Even when we believe. Men like you who aren't afraid to grow, they'll always be the right.
Hands? Hands. Hands, 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 hands.
What is past is prologue.
God, that is so goddamn pretentious.
What the hell does that mean?
Oh my goodness gracious. Guess what? That was Hands of... What was that? What did we think of it?
What is past is prologue?
Okay, so apparently that's a Shakespeare quote.
Okay.
Does that do anything for you?
He's an auteur.
I guess, dude.
Okay.
He's having fun. We can say at the very least New Arnold was having fun when he put this little number together. He only made 3 movies. This was the only one he wrote.
Yeah. What a movie.
What
that was.
A movie.
What an indulgent movie that was.
It was slow in some parts, but by and large it was just very silly.
Pretty silly.
Very silly. It's just a very special thing when, like, even your plot is halfway decent, but your dialogue is nuts.
So crazy. It feels a little weird to me that, like, it's like the doctor, it feels like the doctor is the hero by the end.
Which, I mean, not in the, what we saw last week, he wasn't, like, a villain.
Yeah,
but he wasn't the hero either. He was just kind of right. Whereas the Mad Love adaptation with Peter Lorre, the Mad Doctor, the Doctor is the villain. He's a Mad Doctor.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird how
he kind of instigated this whole thing, but really he stole these hands. Like, he shouldn't have done this, right?
Well, he should know where they came from in the first place. Like, why did at the very end, or like, have you figured out where those hands came from yet? Nope. What was that? Like, they made such a deal about trying to figure out where the hands came from, and then at the end, we don't get it.
Doesn't even matter. That's just up for the audience to understand that this guy got criminal hands.
With all that, what we just saw in the rear view mirror, is that an unauthorized plagiarism of the Hands of Orlac, or is it enough of a derivative play on the source material that you could say that it skirts infringement?
So it feels like the setup is very similar, but the focus shifts.
It's different.
It's
for
different.
Sure.
It's not like you really don't even get the like possessed hand aspect of it as like that's not really what it communicated to me, at least. It's just this guy is so upset about his hands.
Right.
These things keep happening.
Yeah.
and then he just kind of loses his mind.
Right. So yeah, it's weird how that kind of, it just seems broad enough that you could there's a different interpretation here. You can interpret it differently in the story you want to tell.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're going to go with the angle of, you're getting a murderer's hands, and that's why you want to start committing murders, you don't, kind of tiptoe around that, well, it doesn't matter whose hands they were. You kind of need to, you need to establish that.
Which, yeah, the movie did great, and the other straight adaptations, yes, that's the whole point, is that it's the hands of a murderer.
Yeah, with this, I mean, if it's the guy from the beginning, he was just a guy who got shot, right? He wasn't necessarily, I mean, what was
it seemed like maybe he could have been a gangster.
Could have been a gangster, but he's not
yeah, he's not necessarily. He's not a serial killer.
Yeah.
Right, that's the difference. And welcome VHS Sarah. I'm sorry we can't rewind it, and I'm sorry that you can't handle missing a movie, but talk to the hand. No, I was just kidding. No, it was. I definitely would. This is one that we will be featuring on our Saturday Night Shockers. This is a good one. This is a lot of fun.
It was worth watching.
Had a lot of fun with it, and again, when I found out this version was public domain, I thought, okay, this looks like one that could be fun. I hope it's fun, and I hope we can get through without getting cut off. And we did.
We did it.
I was like, thank you, because I was like maybe gonna jinx us at a certain point of saying so far so good, but I'm glad I did, because we got through it, and yeah, it's a fun movie, so it will definitely be featuring that on the show. I'm glad I can add that to the repertoire that we have on hand here with our public domain horror movies. But that was a lot of fun. So another the fourth film of season 16 in the can, and we're marking the halfway point next week with. It'll be our final film, I guess, of the year. And then we'll be on break. And so we are celebrating that, as we always do, with a Christmas feature film. And we won't be doing a big holiday special. We do those, but we kind of reserve those for the 13th, or, we had a special, because Friday fell on October 31st on Halloween.
They're kind of just whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, they're subjective to me. So, yeah, thank you, Evan, for clarifying that. So if you look at your calendar, we've got actually multiple, 3 Friday the 13th scheduled for next year.
Yeah, 2026 is looking like a really unlucky year.
It's a really unlucky, but lucky for you if you like our specials. We'll be doing some fun specials during those times. But we always like to do a new Christmas movie if we can, and so this year we've got something interesting. It's a 1965 family film entitled The Magic Christmas Tree. And it's a family film, but 64, but it's low budget, and it's about a talking Christmas tree. There's a witch, and it's it goes from Halloween to Christmas. The Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, covers the major holidays, and it goes from black and white to color. So it's, I think it's up our alley.
I'm down to.
It's got a witch, it's just kind of she's you're
say no more.
Black pointy hat witch. It's not she's just a woman who's old. It's I'm a witch. It's a legit I guess they're playing a Wizard of Oz. And the talking Christmas tree sounds kind of like a really douchey Vincent Price. He's just oh, well, well, blah, blah, blah. And it just sounds very funny. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun with the Magic Christmas Tree. So you can join us next Friday for that. That'll be our final film of the season. But like I said, we'll have a Christmas mixtape. That'll be airing on Christmas Eve. Kind of trying to decide between doing like a massive mixtape or just like
a mini mixtape.
3 hours this year, 3 hours next year versus a 6-hour mixtape. Because I kind of just want to do everything I've got. But then I'm like, I could save it. I could be strategic. Half of it now, half of it later. So that's probably what I'm going to do. And then we'll do what we did last year on Christmas, 24 hours of Silent Night, Bloody Night. So that's, yeah, right? Like,
as is tradition.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. And, we will have one more trivia game before the end of the year next week, next Thursday. That'll be our last one. So you can join us.
Yeah, don't miss it. Don't miss your chance to be our last trivia champion of the year.
Right. Yes. Big honor. And, is it Thomas that's in first? Or I think it's Thomas that's in first place.
Yeah, didn't Thomas cinch the victory?
Right, last night, and Sears is in second. And, all of our good friends. And so I'm, looking forward to trivia next Thursday. And, again, just getting to the end of the year, getting to Christmas time. So I hope everybody's had fun tonight. I've had a blast. We have had a blast. And we appreciate everybody that's tuned in and chatted along with us tonight. Of course, all of our very good friends, Kathy, Sears, Alana. Really happy to have Scott in here. And good to see Abtron back. And Wolfcat was in here. And Tom O, Scott, Steve,
Rogan,
Fresh, very good friend of the show, Mr. Fresh Rogan, William, and again, celebrating a birthday. So glad William could pop in here for a little bit on his birthday to hang out with us. And of course, VHS Sarah, appreciate you popping in here at the end. And sorry you missed the movie, but be back next Friday with a new movie. So hopefully you can hang out with us then. But we again, it was cool to do a back-to-back thing. And,
it was, yeah. Do a little compare and contrast.
Right.
We don't always get to do that.
We don't, and that's the beauty of public domain horrors. There actually is there are multiple movies that you can kind of. They're using the same source material, so you can see. It's fun to compare them that way, so it was good to do that. Closing off the year, doing something special. So
yeah,
we're gonna have a lot of fun celebrating. I will be in the Christmas spirit next week, so don't worry.
Rev up that Christmas spirit.
Full on, I'll be there by next Friday, so don't worry. It's going to be a blast, and this movie looks pretty ridiculous, so I cannot wait to watch it with all of you. But until next week, anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
I'll say I really liked tonight's drink a lot more than I thought I was going to, but it's unfortunate. I don't think you can order this at a bar.
Yeah, I'd like a blowjob, please.
Yeah, let me get a hand job.
Sorry, hand job, blowjob, hand job. That's got to be a cocktail too.
It is, actually.
I knew it. Either way, you go up and ask for either. They're gonna be like double take.
The bartender, Steve Harvey. You said what? Good night, everybody.
Until next week. Sweet screams, everybody.
And to all a good Friday.